Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first match of the playoff week that we have here at Prospect eSports Showdown. We have a nice special for you today from our upper division. We have Delta versus Frostburn. I hope you'll help me in welcoming these two teams as they fight it out for grand final, uh, Laurel.
Yeah, Athena, we have so much love already happening in the chat. I want to see cascading emojis. I want to see some predictions. I just want chat to be active because this is our playoffs into grand finals, just like you said. I want to get the hype a going, pretty much. I need to feel like I drank energy drink from chat tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Laurel. Can we get a poll up for those predictions? I'd love to see who you think is going to win today. Yes, we do have Delta here in the number one slot. Seed, and they are looking to assert dominance. But let's not count out Frostburn. No, I'm sure they're here to show us what they have got up their sleeves to surprise us all and take us by storm.
Yeah,
Starting
so
off, we have Lijiang Tower. So let's see what they're going to run
我来两
here.
tower.
now, Lijiang Tower is one of my favorite maps to start on. It's a reason it's a scrim staple because you can really put everything
Initiating
into
match.
the teams. Every map has a slightly different composition that you can run. We are on Night Market to start off, which I'm hoping we get some Pharah on Cheeky Picks. I know Delta has run a Pharah in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see the Pharaoh here. Of course, a big staple, especially at the beginning of the map, is to run that Symmetra and get that turret into that window. So get that teleporter into that window and setting up turrets and
Ready for
points and
battle.
just being a bit cancerous. So let's see what they're going to run. Looks like we do have Symmetra on that attack on both sides.
Yeah, we also have that Lucio duo, so they're going to be speeding and then TPing to try to take advantage of point as soon as possible. Now, we have Mew on Mei, which I think may go in the favor versus Rice. You know, the shutdown ability that a Mei has
5,
over Kree.
4,
We'll have to see
3,
who is better at
2,
clicking heads
1.
versus,
Round
potentially
1.
stalling it out for
Capture
Mei.
the objective.
Interesting to see we do have a difference between the Zarya and the Diva. Both teams opting for that teleporter. They get there basically both on time, both of them at the same time. Big swings coming in from the Ryan. Not needed, supposedly. I think he is needed today. He's asserting his dominance on the point. Waffle struggling here to try and engage. I have a feeling that this is going to go with Frostburn taking the first cap here.
Now, I do want to say our first point was Symmetra taking down Mew. I was worried about that matchup, and once you get to tier 3 beam, you just melt your enemies. Now, they are holding up in courtyard, window coming out by Delta.
Yeah, we certainly see we have this window. They're trying to take advantage of it, but they're not quite getting it. Are we going to get a big fire strike? No, we do not. Cupid does break the mech onto Frostburn, but we seem to be having, not a lot of it going on with Shinku, just racking up that damage. Look at that, 90% of his energy is there. Waffle has his ult up, and he's not going to even need to use it this fight. So going into this, we just have so many more ults available on the side of Delta.
Now, I do want to say, Cupid, you got a beautiful boob off of Lewis, and you know what I want to say? I love you, Cupid.
Got some Cupid love going on here from Laurel. We'll have to track that throughout the night. Big freeze coming in from you to prevent the attack of Frostburn here. Very nice and easy.
Yeah, Delta is just rotating through their ultimates in a really smart way to hold it. Maybe the wall wasn't needed, but Blizzard definitely did a good job of shutting them down.
I mean, they can spend a little on their ults. They don't have to worry a little, too much, because they just have so many going on. They've still got the 3 there. Window comes out by Strawberry.
Huge strike coming out, but they did TP behind all tanks and supports on point right now.
Now look at that. By pushing up too far, they've just gone and sacrificed the point Delta has. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to clutch it here, or are they? They are indeed. 4 kills, no deaths on Delta there. Very surprising. That was a very, very nice retake after initial, very, very big shatter.
It was a quick reaction by the Tank Lions and their Lucio Cupid to speed them back onto point and save it. TP out again. They did not learn their lesson. Wall coming out, bomb coming out also by Shining Order. Only getting rid of Immort. Heroes taking down Waffle.
Yeah, big pick taking down Waffle there for Frostburn. Frostburn should be able to stabilize here in this sort of composition. Like if you lose your main support and your main tank, whoever loses that first is not likely to be able to hold on to it. However, Kaiser's coming in on a level 3 beam. What on earth?
Yeah, Kaizu and Shinku just said, wait a second, guys. I don't like how this is going, and they retook the point so quickly in stage up. I think they've learned their lesson and they are holding point now, which just makes a whole lot of sense. If you have a simp who's going to be able to TP, you don't want to give them that space. Plus, your turrets do so much more damage on point. Frostburn took a long walk around window coming out on Delta.
Yeah, here is Mew is just trying to get a big advantage of this point here, using that window with those very damaging right clicks. I think a lot of people underestimate those. High Noon comes out by Ricey. A wall comes in to protect it. Doesn't quite protect Cupid though. Big picks by Heroes and Ricey onto the main source of damage for Delta. So we will see Frostburn retake this point. This is looking very close. I'm really loving to see it. Alt Economy is on the side of Frostburn here. It's funny how the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Frostburn is kind of settling in their own. Some teams, it takes a little while to see and react to the other way the team is playing. But this match has gone neck and neck the entire time. We're at 99-88 right now. It could still go in Delta's favor.
Yeah, Kaiser looking here for a nice TP up. Waffle opting though to just go forward and just thrust his way through that window. But he wasn't watching, not needed, and gets a big shatter. Yeah, Bomb comes in to create some space. Oh, what's going on point here? Herders is trying to deal with this Zarya off the point by themselves. Bit hard to say.
Is he going to try to come back and contest? He does connect.
Big shatter, but he's all alone. Can he get the damage off? I don't think so. And that goes the way of Frostburn in a wonderful start to our playoffs this season. My goodness, a 99-100 on the first map of Lijiang. I'm so excited about this playoffs week here, Laurel.
If anyone has done their predictions, this is going to be a really dicey map. If you have gambled, I hope you gambled smartly, because it really could go either way. Both teams have been incredibly aggressive, but also in quick reaction times with their Sims and their Lucios following up and engaging their team. So we do have Mew on the expected fare. I'm happy to see Strawberry definitely as their support, but we see an Echo on the other team. I'm glad to see Heroes kind of stepping into the projectile flying role. I want to see how those two match up.
Now they're staying on the Lucio, which means they're going to have a very, very low healing output for Delta here, which is a bit of a surprise to me. But let's see how it goes. Running a standard double bubble comp on Delta. Waffle just trying to assert some dominance, and Mew getting a nice pick on to Lewis on the brig, which will make their Ana very, very vulnerable.
Frostburn definitely more the traditional double bubble, where I would like to say that Delta is going for the if everyone's dead we don't need healing.
Massive hook on the Waffle from Waffle onto their tank line there. Waffle is just
clear it up.
Goodness, look at that. He's just deleting them one by one. He is a tank buster if I ever did see one. Who needs a Reaper when you got a hog, hey?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Delta is definitely walking up and owning the who needs healing if everyone's dead. Waffle has made impressive hooks, and Mew and Kaiser is just following up and cleaning it. They're probably treating Cupid more like a DPS player than a healer at this point.
Yeah, Kaiser looking to just go in and dive with that wrecking ball of theirs. They're actually executing that quite nicely and putting in a lot of pressure on the back line.
Now, if Ricey gets his high noon, he's going to be able to take down Mew, but it looks like Mew is going to be able to Rain of Terror in this white box. That's a dangerous place for Dive to go, even double bubble. Bubble's already coming out on point, both projected and self as well.
Mew here looking for his barrage. Probably trying to, yeah, here it comes. Big, a bit of ult usage there. Too many ults for my liking. They use 4 ults there. They do win the fight, but that just leaves them only with the Hog ult on the side of Delta.
Yeah, we do see Mew being able to recap their ult pretty quickly, but Whole Hog may not be enough to sustain this. Pulse Bomb definitely isn't. Now that they've switched to a more Brawl comp, they're going to need the sustainability, and Delta just does not have it right now. Cupid getting a huge pick off of Kel. That is definitely going to hurt the Brawl walking.
Absolutely. It's going to make it very hard for them to be able to just actually get the value out of the Reinhardt here. Big Whole Hog by Waffle. I'm sorry we doubted you and your ability to get so much done with one ult. But that just really, like, I mean, look, big shout out to Cupid there. Massive. This is just going to go the way of Frostburn this very first map.
Yeah, someone in chat talks about, do you want bacon on that burger? I have a feeling Waffle deserved a big ol' slab of bacon. Cupid double boop for Lewis and Ricey. There is no way that they are going to have a solid recontest at all.
No, this is going to go the way of Frostburn for the first map of Prospect eSports playoffs here on this season 3.
Delta being blue is definitely going to be able to hold this point. Hammond is trying to swing around on MK.
Another Whole Hog coming out here by Waffle. I mean, this man, he's just asserting dominance. They don't know what to do. I didn't see one sleep or nade on that man, and they did have the Ana there at one stage. So, should be like something that I think, you know, Frostburn is really, Delta is, Frostburn, is going to have to think about. And I'm sorry, I've been calling the wrong thing. This is a 1-1 currently. Oh,
completely fine. I tried to just like nudge that, hey, that's Delta holding. But you know what? We predicted this last round that this was going to be a neck and neck. Now everybody's favorite part of Lijiang, at least it's my favorite part, controls center. I have a feeling we are going to see the Sim TP coming out with Mew on Junkrat. I love it. Ricey and Heroes also mirroring that. You know, pretty much we have a perfect mirror on both teams. It's really going to be who can get in there the quickest and who can implement their turrets and pretty much their spam in general.
Yeah, this is really a case about spam and sort of the Rhine shield management here. How well is the Zarya going to be able to protect the Rhine from all this immense damage, especially with that nerf onto Reinhardt this patch?
Yes, Frostburn was able to get the push in first, but their lamp goes out super early.
Yeah, early lamp by Lewis gets taken out, but a big pick onto Waffle by Frostburn. Big pick by Frostburn onto Waffle. Mew here having to retreat and just pick at it. So the first take here is going to go the way of Frostburn.
For sure, and once you lose your Rhine, it's not a bad idea to back up on Control Center because there's so much spam coming in and there's not a whole lot of cover if they're holding in white.
They've done alright here. They haven't given a lot of ult charge away. In fact, Delta is actually higher a bit on some of that ult charge. The window does come out first and Ricey is able to get a lot of value though out of that Frostburn window. So this has brought them up.
Yeah, that window was accidentally used. They are now fighting towards gates.
I think it's really hard here to actually retake with the sim. What I probably want to see here is I want to see Kaiser probably swap off that and go to maybe something like Kree or Mei here. It's just going to be very hard for them to be able to get a lot of value. Here comes a nice tire. Window comes out perhaps a little early. It seems to have panned out for them. Waffle gets a nice shatter onto Junkrat. Big swing, big fire strike, taking down a lot of their shields and all their resources. We should see Waffle and crew here just push on this part of Delta here and just take this fight quite well and easily. Very well done.
Running Water was a little displaced from their team, and so it definitely gave the advantage to Delta to recapture this. We are 67 to now 4% in favor of Frostburn, but it does now look like Delta has gotten their kinks worked out. Like you said about Kaiser switching, I'm surprised that they were able to retake it with a Sim because Sim is so hard to recapture.
Massive grab coming in from Shinku, but all the ults coming out at once on the side of Delta. This may hurt them in their next round. Massive tire by Mew. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. Oh my goodness me, that is huge.
That is play of the game, hands down. Unless we get a really baller tire coming out of Ricey, there is no way anyone is going to be able to cap that. I had to mute myself, I got too excited over that tire.
Yeah, absolutely. That is an absolutely huge tire. Big window coming in on the side of Strawberry. Massive 5 strike comes in, and this will be the end of this fight for sure. Waffle has his shatter up, and Cupid's about to have his beat. So they should be able to weather the storm with just a shatter and tire sort of on the side of Frostburn there for the next fight. They really need to stop this Zarya from being able to get her ultimate this fight. That could be like the tipping point for Frostburn. Shatter coming out by both. None seem to get either. Immortality's coming out. Massive, all the ults coming out. That Frostburn ult comes in, but at the same time as Shinku's. So neither team really able to get the advantage until Mew gets a massive concussion mine kill and allows Sim to just project her wall. Big hold there by Delta. They should win this fight here. We do have
so many peaks at the last second, and Frostburn
massive.
To the point to be like,
not needed
come out of the running yet.
Jeez, this is crazy. Not needed has come out on the ball. And Waffle goes for a ill-fortuned pin there, which just did not work out for him. This leaves just a couple of windows in play, and Cal again has his, his beat coming up as well. So is he going to be able to correctly get this or not? Who knows? Is he going to catch a big tire from Mew or not? This is the thing. Mew, this is all on you if you want to win it for Delta this round. This is so close, Laurel.
Yeah, Mew coming out with the tire. Let's see if it's a big
tire coming out. It should be kind of large. I think it'll get the Reinhardt here, which is just massive. Gets 2. Gets Cal as well. The Immortality wasn't as good. Oh my gosh, Ricey coming in with his own tire of his own. That is insane. By all rights, Delta should have won that fight, but Ricey comes in with big, massive clutch right at the end with the tire. I think these Baptistes need to get their head on the game. We do have balls coming in from both sides to do this contest. Don't know what's going to go here. Again, Frostburn now coming in with a big graviton. Oh my goodness, we do have Cupid here just trying to rack up his ultimate to try and see if he can get a beat for the final fight here. Kaiser's come out on the...
Strawberry just standing on top of the column, just raining down heals, and no one seems to be noticing Strawberry on top, and really been helping Delta stay in the fight.
Cupid here helping to boot people off as well. Kaiser does go down, but beat comes out. Window also comes out on the side of Frostburn. Massive fights here going on. Waffle just trying to be a nuisance. He knows his team is down on people, and he's just trying to stall it out so they can get some of their damage coming back in. Mew drops his pulse bomb. Doesn't really get anyone with it, unfortunately. It's looking like it's going to be Frostburn here. We have another grab coming in by Running Water. Just really, every time it looks like Delta gets a pick or two, Frostburn just comes back to say, no way, Jose. Big plays by Frostburn.
Yeah, Running Water really turned the tides when they got 2 picks early on, while Delta was kind of in shambles of reclaiming. They'd had the upper hand, but once Running Water did the 2, Mew, this tire, I was wondering if it was going to go to Ricey or Mew. Everyone get a look at this.
But it's all for nothing, as we saw. It was not Delta who won that fight, but I mean
Yes.
that map,
It,
but it was indeed
yeah.
Frostburn. So
It
yeah,
it can go to their clip section at
at least it
least.
can go to their clip section. I'm glad we got it on the replay because that was just lovely execution by Mew there. I mean, is that like a standard sort of rotation for that tire? Yes. But you know, it's not every time that you're actually able to execute it, especially with the immortality from Baptiste.
Yeah, we did. I did see a lot of Baptiste uh, lamps coming out super early,
Mm-hmm.
both on Delta and Frostburn, uh, and it's just unfortunate because I think that could have been the sway in either team's favor. Both teams played unbelievable and definitely running water clutched quite a bit, but so did Kaiser and Mew. Overall, it's just been a joy to watch. We are going to be going to the next map section now. Um, I would love to see what the predictions were, how much of chat was accurate, and let's go ahead and get that prediction for round 2 going.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as we know for these maps, they have a choice of three during playoffs, which is a little different from the two in regular season. Choice of Hanamura, Volskaya, and Temple Anubis. And it looks like Delta is going to choose Volskaya today. So Volskaya Industries, look, honestly, of the three maps, I find Volskaya is a little bland. I think it's a very safe map. Um, in the sense of it's kind of in a way easier to sort of set the momentum and stuff. It's perhaps a little harder to say defend on than to attack. I think on attack, it's it's a bit easier. Whereas, say, if you're looking at, say, Temple Anubis, in particular, Temple Anubis A and B, and then Hanamura point B as well can be quite hard to actually coordinate as a team to attack. I feel like with Volskaya, you have a little bit more a little bit more agency in actually making that attack. It's quite a nice open area on point B so that like it's actually harder for the defense to control that whole space. Whereas
Definitely agree.
yeah.
I mean, if teams run very commonly ran comps, it can be a little snooze fest. But I've seen people do like TP Bastion strategies on defense where they don't use their TP for getting to the point faster. They use it to actually move the Bastion around on the point. I don't know if Delta and Frostburn are going to give us that, but that's what I want.
That may be what you want, Laurel. But whether or not we're going to see that sort of play in playoffs, we do tend to see much sort of safer um, comps sort of run in
I,
playoffs because there's just
yeah.
that fear factor. The risk reward just doesn't seem great enough, like or more. It's more like the risk cost seems too
You know,
great.
just like Hamilton said, I want them to be Icarus and fly too close to the sun. Big risk, big reward, big entertainment value.
But did that work out well for Icarus? Is the question. No, it did not.
I mean, he probably died instantaneously, let's be real. If you fly too close to the sun, you're gone, buddy.
You gone. You crisping up, and nobody wants to be crispy tonight. They want to be, out there, and there for next week. Not yeah, next week. Yes, next week for
Yes,
grand
because
final. Yeah,
yes,
exactly. That's what it's all
this
about.
this is first and fourth position. Now, I guess I am selfish. I just want a team to go out in a blaze of glory because if you play boringly, are you really in for the glory?
Well, that's true, isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
shall we get this game going? Come on, teams. We know you want to win. We know you want to talk your strats, but we want to see the game.
Yes. We definitely um have exciting things that can happen on Volskaya, but if they are going to I'm just going to confirm something really quick, Athena. If you could just give me your thoughts on
Mm-hmm.
what their comp is.
And what their comps are going to be, I reckon we're going to see this maybe some like double bubble on attack, and we'll see the Ryan sort of brawl on defense. That's my guess. Oh, Paul's coming in. Looks like
Yeah.
Heroes on the side of Delta has disconnected.
Oh, it wasn't for a disconnect. It was actually because it looks like I have the spectators backwards, and so that's why I wanted you just to, give your thoughts. But unfortunately, it seems like it's such a scuff in a hosting
Yeah.
by me
Oh, well,
that
that
we might need to
happens.
pull back to lobby.
That does happen. So just going to pull back to lobby, get that sort of started here, and we'll just get those spectators sorted. Now, for all the viewers, Frostburn has decided that they wish to defend on this first match. So the names are now going to change on the screen. So you're going to see Delta on that right-hand side. They will be orange for all you viewers today. And then we'll see Frostburn on the blue. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When the rules of this competition, the loser gets to choose the map so the loser of the previous map gets to choose the map, but the winner gets to choose whether they wish to defend or attack first. So we have seen Frostburn come in and choose to choose to defend first. A lot of the time, people choose to defend first because they kind of want to know what they're going to be working with on attack. They want to set the momentum of the whole game. So, yeah, it's generally seen that defense is kind of the easier thing to do, especially on a map such as 2CP. But we'll see. We'll see if them choosing defense is actually going to work out for them here or not.
Looks like we have double sniper still on Delta, and traditional brawl on Frostburn. Or excuse me, I need to remove them. Frostburn is having double snipers, and Delta is having traditional brawl.
Now, I'm always quite skeptical about having the double sniper with the brawl tanks. I think, especially sort of at the moment, the Baptiste has had a little bit of a reworking. There's a little bit of a nerf in play in terms of area heals, and the HP, the armor hit off of Reinhardt is actually quite, significant.
Yeah.
So I just need to get enough
support. Get their
support.
pushes out of things. Delta's pushing it super fast to make this rotation. They held back, stabilized to wait for cooldown, which is smart. Projection bubble already coming out.
Yeah, Waffle here just trying to get a few swings on. He's already up at 45% of his ultimate. And Strawberry's on 90%. We'll see a nice early window come here from Strawberry, and Waffle will try to get some one-hit shots through that window. They're going to take this high ground, set up that window, and hopefully line up the birds, so to speak. Line them up in a row. Ducks in a row, you know?
Yeah, it looks like they are going around the full
big
point.
rotation. Trying to get in at those guys that are just hiding underneath. We do get that fire strike kill onto Herdez. Now down a sniper. We just have Crispy a bird just holding out for the damage here. Kaiser goes in with a nice massive flashbang and right click onto two of the members, onto MK Not Needed and Lewis. Big picks by Kaiser there. Very nice take, I think, on the side of Delta here.
Now, just true to my word, I was actually going to say I love Strawberry once they did their window, but you know what? He just punched Keel, which finally allowed them to get the point. So Strawberry, you get two I love yous. Bringing up another point in the chat, we have tons of people just gushing over your accent, Athena. I love how so many of our US audiences just lose their absolute mind over your point. But that was a mastery rotations by Delta and Frostburn to, push a pull around that whole slot.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely do enjoy being an Australian and having this sick as accent. I do think it's, and we have a lot of things that are quite unique about us, and we only have to share it with 20 million people, which sounds like a lot of people, but really when you consider the world has 7.2 billion people or something, it's nice. We like it. We like
yeah,
it.
Strawberry used their lamp super early. I have a feeling that's why Delta is holding back for so long. Window coming out with High Noon by Kaiser.
Nice LOS
Perfect
by
pushing people out.
Frostburn there, but nice shatter onto the Mei there. That may be the thing that saves the fight here for Frostburn. Although Bob comes out, he is locked down by the Mei freeze. Herdez here just trying to get a nice sort of angle to release his dragon. Unfortunately, he isn't able to work it with running water. And this, unless this Mei ult really does a lot of work, I think we're going to see Delta take this point here.
Double grabs coming out of both
Double
sides.
grabs coming out. A couple of picks onto Frostburn there from Delta. Delta might be able to just hold on to this.
Yeah, it definitely looks like
yeah, they're gonna hold on to this point and take it from Frostburn here.
for sure. You know, the stagger or the rush comp trying to get back there. You know, it just wasn't enough. They couldn't continue to rotate in and out, and that Blizzard definitely did not help getting down MK.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, well, that's 3 minutes 39. That's a very, very comfortable take. We have seen higher in this season, though. We have seen, I think we had 5 minutes 19 a couple of weeks ago on this map. This map has had, you know,
Huge
it's iffy. It's iffy. It's really, you know, like I said, it's an easier map to attack, harder to defend.
I definitely agree. You know, defense on first point has a lot of weaknesses, and second point, defense goes into the favor of the, you know, obviously the defending team. But that's just because your spawn door is right outside of the point.
Yeah, well, I mean that definitely happens.
Yeah, I think the fact of the matter that, you know, you can have glaringly huge time banks on the map just shows a map weakness. I know they're going to be reworking 2CP, but it's like I kind of liked how they had the experimental where you would do first point and then go back to second. Now for comps, we have dive coming out on Delta, which is exciting. I'd love to see a good dive rush comp coming out, and Frostburn is staying with Brawl. Or switching to Brawl, rather.
This is the intermediate division, is it? From memory? Yeah. So yes, this is Plaque to Diamond here.
Let me double check.
Those are asking in the chat. I'm actually very impressed at this level of cohesion in these teams, considering that this isn't our extreme division by any stretch. So, you know, I think that actually the brawl here is actually working a lot better than you may expect. In general, we haven't had a lot of separation. Yes, all the tanks coming out. Big nade coming in from Strawberry. Strawberry just popping off. Come on, let's get some Ana love here. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, Strawberry did some great things with that, but I think Ana is their true pick now. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was just too juicy of a
No, do that. You know me, I love a good tangent. Alright, Xvino here, now on 60% of their ultimate. We'll probably see a copy maybe onto either probably the Tracer or the Monkey. They could go for a nano monkey onto the fake monkey instead of the real monkey, you never know. There's a lot of opportunity here, especially with copying that monkey. It's interesting to see both double bubble here.
You could also see that they could do the you know, Lewis Brig as well.
Yeah, Xvino here now on the 85%. We'll see a nice copy come out here momentarily. Waffle now has his ultimate here and can use that to soar to his heart's content or even knock everyone off the point.
Delta having a very strong defense right now. They are only 3 on point, and being rushed, the rest of the teams are going to come back. Waffle is taxing Mercy out, but Ana is still going to be old chicken granny legs. It's going to take her forever. Frostburn already at point.
I think that's a little early. I don't think that's what you would really want to see here. They haven't got everyone yet. See Crispy Bread here, Bird going for a pulse shortly. Bigger swap onto another monkey by Xvino, as was called. They should be able to hold this point, I think, although with 3 down. Big stick there by Crispia onto Strawberry. That is a big pick for them. As we know, Strawberry will take some time to come back if the Reds doesn't come out, but the Reds does come out.
Yeah, you definitely have to watch Mercy's, but unfortunately there was nobody left to watch Mercy. Tracer was trying to get out with her life, and ultimately, you know, even though she's fast, that stagger is very much going to hurt Frostburn.
Yeah, this is a really beautiful defense, actually. I'm very impressed by Delta here. We've got a Primal online. We've got less than a minute on, which means we're pretty much into last fight territory here, unless you go for like a, you know, a sort of fast, quick fight with like a ball or something. I just don't see there being enough. There's not enough ultimates on the side of that, though. We do have double monkey out at the moment, and they're just focusing down Xvino there, and they do take him out. So maybe they do take this. They seem to be having good focus here.
Yeah, I think these teams just love proving all of our predictions wrong. I wonder if that's been happening to the chat too for the team's prediction for winning, but oh my god, did Frostburn just prove all of us wrong right there, being able to turn it around, like you said, with their incredible focus. Now, we do have Nano coming up, or already on for Kale, but we have nothing else besides maybe close to Bomb. Is this going to hurt them pushing in where time is already against them?
Yeah, they're also opting not to run the Lucio, which means this is going to be a little bit hard for not needed, you know? And I think the Nano Monkey here onto Waffle by Strawberry, which hopefully will come out momentarily, will prevent any chance of a snowball happening, which means that, you know, Frostburn here is just going to have a bit of a hard time of it capping this point. They're definitely going to take in, if they do cap it, it's going to be a lot harder for them to be able to like actually win the whole map as a whole, because they're already down to 2 minutes 20, which means there's already a minute and a half advantage here, and for them to actually take it, that's going to take at least 30 seconds for them to be able to take the actual second point. So we're looking at
we do see Cal switching off on for Lucio. Maybe they were only staying on for that
just
Nano.
For that
now
Nano.
The Nano's out. Yeah, now the Nano's out there, they are on. So let's hopefully this push is going to be. Ryan is forward by his without his team.
Xvino swaps onto the other Reinhardt here. We have 4 Ryans, no, 3 Ryans, no, 4 Ryans in play. I was right the first time. Oh my goodness, so much Reinhardt hammer going on. Kaiser getting some nice right clicks again, stun and right click onto thing. And a nice finish onto Lewis there. Kaiser was just able to take advantage of all of that, ducking and weaving between all the Reinhardts. It was a little bit insane on the point there.
Yeah, I've never seen so many German sausages in one little map.
Oh, well, yeah, I was about to say, maybe not on one little map, Laurel.
I guess you go to different parties than I do with we do have window coming up on Lewis, which hopefully will give them momentum to push through and make a break. Hero's also very close to copy.
Watch Shinku here as you'll go for a big grab here, but Running Water is going to look to eat that, so we'll see if he's able to succeed here. We're getting into crunch time though here for Frostburn. They really need to make it quick. They're not going to, so at best they're looking at an overtime push here. But I really think this is just going to go the way of Delta. Even if they go for an overtime push, the chance of them being able to hold point A second round for 3 minutes 39 is not looking likely here. But they can almost certainly not get any time on the clock here. This is looking a pretty bleak for Frostburn. They do have to,
Delta has done a great job defense, and we have a lot of love for Waffle coming through the chat. Waffle needs some syrup because he's so on fire. Ooh, burn your tongue. Coming out, getting MK.
Maybe he just needs a cold shower. Waffle coming in here, looking for a big shatter, massive shatter coming out from Waffle, asserting dominance. Big beat comes in here though from Celtic saves the day for them, but we are going to have a bit of a stagger coming on here, and we should see that Delta will be able to come in and recontest. Xvino will come in with that May ult and Kaiser with his Kree ult. So as long as they can stall out here, whether or not they will Imo coming out from Strawberry, any contest, sacrificing his life here, but giving enough time, I think, here for Delta to come on. Oh, big E by running water. This is looking like an overtime cap here for Frostburn.
Yeah, it definitely does be looking to go in Frostburn's favor. All of the ults come out. Kaiser with two huge and crispier
on the high noon, but they do get that. Now, the question is, do we see Frostburn as having any chance here of holding on to this point A for this, what is this, third round now?
Yeah, now we've seen both the attack and defense of both teams. Frostburn could pull it together now that they know the strategy of Delta. If Delta wants to play this smart, they're not going to run the same thing they ran first round, because that was, that's going to be showing their aces and their cards. What Delta should do is run something that they are comfortable but slightly different, so that Frostburn can't get the advantage.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see, like, could this be our first draw of playoffs? Maybe.
It definitely
don't
could
think
happen.
it will
They proved
be.
us wrong multiple times in every map, Athena. I don't feel comfortable giving a prediction anymore.
Well, look, I'll tell you what's certain. On my point, I don't see, and you could call me wrong here. You could call me wrong here, but I don't see Frostburn winning this map.
Yeah. You know, Athena, I would prefer to call you Athena. I love that. Like, oh my god, really, the pun joke. Now, we do see European Brawl versus a more traditional American Brawl. Let's see which is the ultimate brawl.
I don't think we would want to run the Ryan Zahia on the defense here. I think going with the Diva here is the safer play. They're going to try and do this thing again. This time Frostburn seems to be reacting to it. They have rearranged, and they've stopped Strawberry from being able to get all that ult percentage. If you notice, this time Strawberry is only on 15% at the same point. They do get a massive wall onto not needed. Immortality comes in, well-timed saves, not needed, but they do get big picks from Shinku onto both the Reinhardt and the Mei. So I think it's just going to be an easy take, as I did predict.
Yeah.
Okay?
Call me wrong.
I got a prediction right. Can you, believe it?
Now, let's see how many of our users got that prediction right. I hope someone made a lot of bank. Strawberry! Of course! This was final point with that immortality, just really giving the team the clutch they needed.
And look at those left clicks. Oh my goodness me. Strawberry, can I suggest aim labs, man?
Oh,
where was that?
Now this comes from a toxic support player in Extreme Division against a poor lonely support player in Plat. We now see who the real bully is, Athena.
Oh, come on. Jeez, I mean, look, it's just constructive criticism, okay? We can't go around, saying, oh, you did a great job when you jump and int off the map. So in the same way, if you can't, Baptiste is one of those, really broken heroes, right? Where you can do, on average, more damage than a soldier can if you can hit your shots. If you can hit your shots because of how limited spread there is, you can actually get more damage consistently out on the Baptiste as the average player than you can on the soldier, okay?
I just love ruffling your feathers. You're absolutely right.
See, just... Look, some people say, man, Athena's a know-it-all. Well, maybe I do know it all.
Oh god, okay, I gotta take your foot out of your own mouth right there. I mean, you are right to argue that, though. You've been right in some of your predictions. Let's word it like that. We are going to Hollywood next, which is one of my favorite payload hybrid maps.
Now, we are going to see a substitute come in here on the side of Delta. So on the side of Frostburn, my bad. Rook is going to come in for not needed, or however you say his name. Do I have to say
I just
MNK
say
not needed? Because that's just way too
no.
many.
No, I just say MK. Like, I realize he has another consonants in there, but I can't be bothered. He's just MK. I don't even like saying not needed because that almost sounds like an insult every time you say him. Like,
Maybe.
MK died on the ball is so much better than MK not needed died on the ball.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you say, like, not needed, well, maybe he's like, the rest of the team is just so good that even though he's so great, he's not needed. Maybe that's what they're saying.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch, okay? I'm trying here for my boy. MK not needed.
Well, MK is not needed because Rook is joining us for Hollywood.
Now, I have casted Rook before, and I have seen some things that I've liked. So, I wonder if, MK not needed is more of the Reinhardt player, and is Rook more of, like, the dive player. We're going to see some more double bubble come out. We're going to see some, like, wrecking ball come out. Let's see. Prediction result
Yeah.
is Delta. Okay. For this map.
Yes.
And we're looking at Hollywood here. And do remember, this is a first of 4 being playoffs, so we will be having a halftime break after this map.
Yes. So we are going live to Hollywood now. Now, I do agree with you when you say is Rook more of the specialty tank and MK is more of the Rhine. Though MK was really skillful on the ball. It just sometimes the fights just didn't go in their favor.
Yes, that's certainly
Oh.
true. So, teams are deciding whether they want defense or not have defense. Everybody wants defense. So we'll just have to
So
see.
just so that I have all my T's crossed, Delta won and they wanted defense, and I have my Scuff NA badge on proudly, and I did not swap them for the second map in a row. I don't know why anyone requested me to cast tonight.
Maybe they just maybe they didn't want you to cast so that it's good for them. Maybe they just don't like you, Laurel.
Maybe. Now, while we swap everyone successfully, we can talk a little bit more about the Rook matchup. Now, how do we see Rook matching up with Waffle? Because that is the only change right now.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because I don't think I've seen me personally. I don't think I've seen the two of them against each other. Rook is certainly a fairly, I guess, established player. And if we're looking at their performance this season, not that that really necessarily means anything, but we certainly have Rook. His season high this season is 33, 34. Waffle, on the other hand, he's looking at a 3K, 3-1 sort of average here. Now, whether or not this is his first account, who knows? He is only on level 75. So, maybe he's just fooling us. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is an alt that is high enough level to participate, because there's no way that they have gotten this amount of ability on only 75.
Well, you never know. So maybe he's just like the next Trillo W coming in. Trillo W, if you guys don't know, is my man from Australia, the Overwatch League player who has now moved to Valorant.
Wow, congratulations. Or it's kind of sad though if they moved to Valorant.
Yeah, I know, right? So they're all going that way.
Yeah, we lost a lot of our coaches and analysts back in my original OG org when Valorant first came out. I wish them all the success. We see Delta really settling into this this traditional brawl as their go-to comp. Every team tends to have that. We see, okay, now Rook did switch to Rhine, and so we see European on Frostburn. So I see this reoccurring a lot, and I have a feeling that these are the comfort picks of both teams. Rook, are you going to debate us, or are you actually going to be on Hog? Are we going to live to see a non-traditional comp today?
No, he's debating you, Laurel.
God damn it,
Sweetheart that he is.
Oh, so our chat has explained that NMK stands for mouse and keyboard. He's a console player who switched.
Oh, and he's goated on controller. I see. Mouse and keyboard not needed. He's not actually playing with a controller, is he?
Maybe. Who needs? Aim assist helps. Now we have Lane already coming out by Frostburn.
Yeah, Waffle here just trying to like defend against Rook. Rook sort of holding this odd corner near the gate here. Not able to really do much with it. We're not going to see Frostburn here actually sort of move up. I don't know. Do you take M&K mouse and keyboard not needed out when you're ahead? Because currently we have Frostburn up 2-0, and if I'm not mistaken, on attack here we have Frostburn, right?
It's not 2-0. It's 1-1.
It's 1-1. Oh shoot, that's me being scuffed again. I am so scuffed today. Far out. I can't follow this. These matches are so close. Oh my goodness me.
Kaiser and Cupid already have their ults coming out. Mei while protecting against the window, which was very smart on Mei's behalf.
Very, very smart. So we have a big pick there onto Waffle by Frostburn. That's always a very big pick, taking out that Reinhardt so early in the fight.
For being able to take 2 down on Delta was going to really swing in their momentum. Strawberry really the only one left on point.
Yeah, so that's just going to go the way of the attacker there, very clearly. You take out the main support, you take out the main tank. Oh, now this is interesting. Strawberry was on aim support before, was he not?
Wait, what do you mean by aim support? Oh, main support. I thought you said
no, he was
support.
no, he was on aim support before. No, Strawberry, remember Cupid have swapped.
Yes, they have swapped multiple times, the same as Kale and Lewis. They have swapped. I believe these supports can play both.
Ooh.
Kel
I mean, look, honestly, so you should.
Hard.
Big noon by Crispy a bird there. Holy crap, dude.
You know, it wasn't looking very good for the cart for a moment because it was so split. Please come back. Thank you, Running Water, the true MVP to be the cart bitch for tonight. Someone needs to be it.
Yeah, Running Water. Look, Running Water has been popping off like in the fights, in the brawls. So I think it's going to be like interesting to see. Are they going to be able to win these fights without him if he's stuck on the cart as our cart bitch? Shinku here, just bullying Rook, if you could have a look at that. Oh my goodness me. Like, Rook has had to, like, retreat. Single-handedly, Shinku keeping him in line. However, Rook gets a nice big swing of his fire strike there onto Kaiser, which is unfortunate. Big block by Shinku, bubbling Waffle there. We should see nice eat there by Running Water. Oh dear, you gotta look for that, Shinku. Playing just a little too aggressively, not carefully enough, and we should see again, Frostburn's going to sort of take this. Yes, we see Kaiser come out with that high noon, but doesn't really get anything. Now they're just sort of stalling this. Don't know if they're going to be able to. We do have Delta folks coming back to the spawn now. Beat coming in by Strawberry to try and save the day with a nice window there by Cupid. Kind of limited that window with that wall by Hero.
We are coming up to a bomb by Running Water. I wonder if they are going to secure the point because not a whole lot is going on. There does come out the bomb, but a blizzard.
Yeah, bomb coming out to try and create that space so they can get this cap. Not sure. They are going to, of course, with Shinku being deleted on that baby diva. You know what we haven't seen yet, though, this playoffs? We haven't seen any mech kills yet.
Oh, you missed it last week, Athena. They had beautiful, beautiful mech kills. I love that addition by Diva. It just makes sense. You know, Cart is now starting to push forward, and Frostburn had backed up a little bit, giving away some of their space. It wasn't a bad idea, though, knowing how much Delta has on the board as far as ults. Mei Wall coming out super early.
Yeah, Mei Wall comes in. Mei still comes in, and Running Water not able to capture it. Crispy a bird, though, retaliating here with a high noon, taking out Waffle, making it just that little bit harder to defend for Delta here. Relying now on Xeno and his wall and freeze. Xeno having to use his icicle, not able to capture Rook here, and Rook just being pocketed really, really hard. Shinku, though, getting some nice missiles onto him to just whittle down his health, pushing aggressively. Kaiser here, looking for shots. Xvino just tidying it up. Staggering that baby diva, but not too close.
And Delta was finally able to stop the momentum that Frostburn had really accumulated from mid-point, or like mid of second point. Once you get to final corner, it does become in the favor of the defense because it becomes like almost like a 2 CP at that point.
Yeah, it really does. Obviously, you have like the spawns being completely opposite each other. Big window coming in there from Cupid. Kaiser here looking to stun flash the baby diva and takes her out.
Delta has a lot of things going for them right now. They have a beat, they have Kaiser's High Noon, and they have Bomb. Shatter right on the heels. You know, they look very good and healthy in their ult economy.
I mean, really, I want to see Kaiser up here on the high ground, so taking a bit of that advantage. May ult comes in from Heroes. Shinku here probably looking to create some space with this bomb coming in. Gets a nice big pick on Rook. There's always such a huge pick, as we've said time and time again. Waffle here being pocketed really hard, being focused really hard. Is the heals going to win out, or is the damage going to win out? Probably not the damage, although Crispy Bird comes in with a nice High Noon. Just catching out Xvino, which is really big because Xvino has his ultimate up. Now he's got to try and come in with a clutch May ult here. Beat coming in by Strawberry, very well timed with Cupid going down just prior to that. Of course, Cal and Rook are coming up on their ultimates on the side of Frostburn with Lewis as well with his window. Setting themselves up for a nice final push here.
Now the ult economy is slightly in Frostburn's favor right now, but they really have to push strong and hard,
and they have to do it quick. They have to do it quick before we see Shinku and Cupid come up with their ult, because Cupid now has his window up almost at the same time, and I think he's going to get a little bit more value out of that one.
Yes, the Rook going on the side getting walled off just was not helpful for anybody.
No, and Crispy Bread went on that flank as well and got punished for it. Mech kill attempted, but nobody left there to kill. B coming in by Kel to try and just kind of force their way onto this point, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Delta looking very, very strong here.
It is just Crispier right now, and I don't think he is going to be able to hold off for very long. He did get booped back ultimately. That was an incredibly strong defense on Delta's behalf. You know, they had, I swear to God, 75 minutes or 75-second long stagger cycle pretty much happening once they hit that final corner. And did the distance give them the ultimate upper hand, or were they finally able to get a hold of their ult economy? You know, it's a hard thing to say. Though Athena, oh, I said Adina. I have a little trivia for you.
Yes.
Did you know that the world's longest golf course?
I'm gonna bet it's in Australia because I think I know what we're talking about.
Do you know how long it is?
Oh, I couldn't tell you exactly how long it is. How long is it?
No, of course, this is empirical, but it is 850 miles long. I'm gonna
850 miles long. Now look, I don't.
KM conversion right there.
Yes, you know, I can tell you a little bit about that golf course. It's on the Nullarbor, which is this one super straight, long road going from the eastern side of Australia to the western side, and it just goes through miles and miles of desert. And that golf course makes for a very, very, very sort of fun rest stop when you need to rest those eyes, because you do not want to drive all that way all at once.
1,367 kilometers.
Holy crap, that's long. Far out, man. I'm like 850 miles, so yeah, I'm like, that sounds long, but holy crap, man. 1,376 kilometers long. That is
67, but close enough. Yeah, that's only 10 kilometers. I had a feeling it was going to be more impressive in your own standard. Now we do have team fights already happening. We are talking about golf courses when we should be talking about Overwatch.
Well, I don't know. The way Waffle's swinging that fire strike, it is a bit like golf. Those nice long fire strikes, just chipping down at Rook's health, making them use all their healing resources. We'll get a nice, maybe we'll see a nice another one here now with this window. He's just chipping away, and they're just putting all this forward momentum. They haven't got any picks yet, but they're just being battered, absolutely battered. Frostburn. Running Water does try to get behind there and is actually doing quite a lot of chip damage in amongst them. They really need to deal with that. Kaiser, of course, getting kicked first. Heroes also, then Waffle. Rook here should also go down, I think. Yes, we do see that. This is very, very interesting. I feel like Attack does have a slight advantage here. But I think they're actually staggering. I feel like Strawberry and whatever should have like come out a bit, done a bit of a soft reset there.
Yeah, you know, getting staggered as the Lucio doesn't really hurt that much on first attack, but every little second can help when you're trying to get more than overtime, because all they need to do is get more than overtime in one tick and boom, you know, Delta has us in the bag.
Okay, Shatter coming out from Rook here. Doesn't get quite as much value as he would have liked. But we do have Mei ult and Sig ult coming in, ready for this. Sig ult coming in now, trying to just batter and bully them, and he does that very successfully, not having to use the Mei ult this fight.
Yeah, Running Water was able to catch the majority, if not all, of the Team Delta in that flux. That was so beautiful. It saved heroes from having to use their Blizzard, and definitely Lewis did not need to pop their window, or doesn't need to pop their window. You know, ult economy definitely in the favor of Delta. They can take their time and pretty much, hopefully not all press Q at the same time. They're still sticking to this upstairs rotation.
I really don't like this. I think with what's being run, big bomb from Shinku takes out the immortality only though, so they really need to be able to push in here with Xvino's ult. That's really, really imperative here. They are going for it. They are going to get the kill onto Sigma here and hopefully run on with it. They really need to take out Rook here. Rook doing a really good job of just seeing this sort of through with Waffle here. Big shadow though coming out of Waffle, taking down the rest of the team and just securing that fight for Team Delta.
I was worried that they were doing the same strategy over and over and over again, but that was smart that time because they walked up and they were distracting all of Frostburn so that Shinku could do that bomb. Now that bomb was not as successful as it could have been, but it got rid of their immortality very quickly, which helped Delta take this spot, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Securing the high ground now, Frostburn is going to sort of look to engage with the Sigma ult. They get a nice freeze on Waffle and are able to take him out in one fell swoop, as it were.
Yeah, Shinku did hold back to push the cart, and so they were able to get some forward momentum on the cart, but ultimately Rook is taking all of that space away, holding all the way up to the corner of first point.
Yeah, Rook is certainly showing up here. I definitely am enjoying seeing the battle between Rook and Waffle. I think it is a really nice sort of, I guess, I'm not to say that Not Needed wasn't doing a great job, but I think we just see a lot of, like, a little more of that sort of minutiae in the actual thought process in the two Ryans sort of having to follow each other, you know? Yeah. It's very good to see.
Rook had a huge shatter, but Immortality was ultimately able to save all of Delta.
We are seeing some big swings coming out on the side of Delta. Waffle just kind of like dominating here. Maybe going to get another shadow. Is he going to get? No, it's not. It wouldn't have been worth using because too much of his team has died. Come on, team. You gotta live so your Ryan can pop off and just feed those kills to you.
Waffle does have their shadow, and it was smart that they held on to it, but, you know, Rook has been able to play that mind game very well, and what Frostburn has done very successfully is they are so quick to reset. Teams often stay in the wrong areas too long. Flux coming out, but
yeah, Flux coming out, beat counteracting. Waffle here is going to look to get a nice shadow on when these guys fall. Doesn't quite get anyone with that. But they do sort of hesitate and they kind of feed themselves into them. They kind of dropped not all together. You know, maybe they were a little bit worried about that shatter, and so they did sort of stagger the drop, but it meant that they were able to get some like big swings on there from Delta onto Frostburn. So I would have liked to see that be a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah, Delta definitely was able to take advantage of the hesitation on Frostburn. They do the rotations very quickly on Frostburn, but ultimately that last rotation did really hurt them. Waffle holding the high ground, probably to protect Kaiser. Never mind.
Rook here with his shatter, hoping to be able to get something, but that freeze coming out from Xvino is quite damaging. Big shatter from Rook onto Waffle. There wasn't enough target focus onto Rook there, so Rook is able to get away with murder on like something like 30 HP or something along those lines.
Now we are down to 5 seconds. I don't believe anyone is going to be able to push or touch. I see Cupid. He is able to get that touch off to start overtime clock, but nobody is really there to
No.
follow up.
So a nice hold there by Frostburn. So although they did that sort of like that sort of stuff up with their drop down, they were able to defend very nicely there. They certainly defended a long time on first point, and then just owning that high ground on second, it is so important and so imperative. Like it just gave them so much time to then be able to just hold it on second point.
Now, we probably did not give this proper credit when it happened. That was a huge 4K. I was
It was
probably too
4K.
distracted still about how big that golf course is. I'm a simple woman with simple needs. We will be going to Junkertown,
Yes.
Route 66, or Havana.
On the way back from the break. So we're going to break now, I think it's 10 minutes. It might be 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
No,
10
we will
minutes
be
east.
running a 10-minute ad break, and we will be back with that map choices when we are back. 2-1.
Do keep those coming in, those predictions. If you want to update who you think is going to win, we are having a close series. It's 2-1. We've still got at least another 2 maps to go, maybe more.
come back after that break. I know the players needed it. I know we needed it because our voices are needed that strippy.
And we're
Drinky.
enjoying our water, as you well can hear.
Yeah, it took me a little too long to get that slurple action going on. We are coming back with Frostburn and Delta, a 2-to-1 situation at J-Town. We are going to get our teams readied now and get this action. J-Town known for double snipers. I'm hoping to see some rush double sniper action going on.
Yes, we absolutely want to see some of that double sniper coming on, especially on this first point. I just love to see them sort of, play each other out, in that way. I think it's can be very interesting to just see the difference in positioning and just pure reaction speed.
Yeah, J-Town also has the benefit of having that high ground after the open area of first point. You can change your comp completely 3 different times in J-Town. You can go brawl, you can go dive, and then you go back to brawl.
Yeah, exactly. I do like the variety of comps you get, especially on that third point, like what you can run on first and second. You get to third, and it just starts not to work quite as well. So you can really you can choose to either change it during the second or during the third. You probably don't want to go with too many comps. You don't want to go with 3 comps, because of course you're going to have like a significant alt disadvantage.
Yeah,
Um,
that's definitely a good point. If you switch too much, it does not work in your favor. But if you don't switch soon enough, the composition of the map is going to go against your favor.
yeah, and you see it time and again.
Yeah, we are going to go now to Junkertown. Both teams are ready. It took me so long to remember the map because Waffle lovingly called this J Silly Town. And it was enough to scuff this NA host to take a full minute to find the right map. Because like, wait a second,
I don't
where
see
is
no J Town.
No, because I'm like, okay, that's J-Town, that's J-Town, that's J-Town, that's J-Town. And my brain it's a simple mind. It has simple needs. Now, like we said, we had our predictions. Predictions did go live on the poll already, so I'm hoping you guys got something juicy coming down. We have Hog Sigma on Delta with the double sniper and Cupid Onzen, which is a first for tonight, whereas we see traditional bunker brawl spam on Team Frostburn.
Yes, we're seeing this Orisa double shield sort of composition coming in, and they've opted to use the Mercy. Mercy, of course, being very powerful on the defense in particular because of just how far away that spawn is for defense. So I think this is a very good composition for them. Of course, they have no defensive ultimate, though they do have use of that immortality.
To be real, it is an ultimate on cooldown.
Which is an ultimate on cooldown, yes.
Getting some cheeky forward movement, and we do see Frostburn backing up quite a bit. They do not want to get hooked, and they do! We see Sigma on the ground running water out by Shinku.
Yeah, very interesting. Rook dropping down to contest the point. I'm really not sure what that was about. I don't believe that was the right play. I don't know if he was trying to save someone, but they have well and truly lost that fight, Frostburn. I'm a little confused, Laura, I'm not going to lie.
Well, we've known that Waffle was an amazing hog on, Li Zhang, and Waffle just owning up to the fact that his whole hog serves up a whole slab of bacon every time.
Yeah, we do love to have those waffles with bacon and syrup, don't we, just?
He has been on fire a lot, yes.
Alrighty, well, let's just see, Waffle is coming up onto his hog ult, so he might be able to just, bully his way onto this first, cap here, just by using his ultimate to just shoo everyone away. In conjunction, we've got, Shinku just dropping his ult on top of them all, and we don't even need the hog ult. Shinku here.
Yeah, Shinku was able to flux Lewis up in the air. Lamp not really able to save him, and Strawberry actually got the final kill on Lewis.
Yeah, Strawberry, look, aside from my little flaming of some questionable aim in that play of the game, I think Strawberry has really been doing a lot of work for his team. I think his immortalities in general have been a lot better, say, than Lewis's. Sorry, Lewis. But I just think I've been quite impressed.
Sorry. We see Dragon coming out, not really getting anyone in that cluster. It was a little too far down. Rook being able to just walk around it pretty much. Running War already out, and Kaiser getting the pick on Mercy, which is going to give them a huge advantage.
Yeah, Xeno here, just looking to get like some of these one picks, having trouble with that wall, oh my goodness. Rook here, using his, what do they call it, turbocharger? What do they even call that?
Yeah, it was turbocharger.
Turbocharger, bongo, supercharger. I knew there was something wrong, I've been playing too much Apex. They have a turbocharger in Apex. Yeah, Kaiser here looking for these sneaky shots here, going for a nice grapple shot. Doesn't quite get anyone with it. Tracking people nicely though, running water, hoping to just exert dominance here against the other Sigma. Not going to do it. Xveno takes him out with a lovely storm arrow.
What are the whole lot he could do though? That was a 5v1,
No.
really.
No.
But he tried to pull it off. Running Water being able to do huge passes. Xeno just taking out heroes while
Massive double sniper action here. We'll have to see whether they have to swap off this double sniper here. We are onto that third point now. They took that second point far too easily.
Yeah,
you know, I think
I don't hate double snipers on final point because there is so many off angles. Xeno doing a dragon right into the face, getting Kel
that's
out.
disgusting. Like that's just gross, man. Come on.
And you doubted
You gonna do him like that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I am. Jeez. Goodness me. Oh well, Kaiser here just sort of locking him down in point with the help of Sigma and Hog with just the support pushing that cart. So it's moving very slowly. There's plenty of opportunity here for Frostburn to come back with a vengeance. Probably not going to happen. Lewis is taken out really early by Xveno. Running water here, taken out by Xveno, and a nice fireball by Zen there. Very nice. Shinku here, just sort of dominating on cart. He does get taken out though. That Maywall sort of stuffing up his movement, and I don't think he was quite aware of it. Xveno though, here, just playing very aggressively, perhaps too aggressively, you know, but I think it's going to pay out here. Cupid is getting shots onto their thing, and they're ending up having to stagger a bit. They have decided to go for a soft reset at the point of Frostburn. Immortality comes out. Cupid's just discording left, right, and center, taking out the immortality field. Crispy a Bird though gets two big picks onto Waffle and Xveno, two of their better players, and that should shut them down here, I think. Although strong Crispy a Bird is just picking them off one by one, just asserting dominance. I love to see it. That bit of like pre-action there.
Yeah, I am
just
glad
making their
to
life
see the
miserable.
teams with the Divas to be able to, you know, isolate the high ground and clear that either for their snipers or against the snipers. Running Water really doing their best to keep the snipers off the high ground. They are always forward. You know, this fight's really gone in the opposite direction in favor of Frostburn because their defense is so strong closest to their spawn point. But
Yeah,
that doesn't mean
exactly.
their players aren't good.
Yeah, I
don't
know if I like Delta's comp here. Dragon comes in, they don't really have anything to combo with. Crispy a Bird going for his high noon, doesn't quite get anyone. A nice eat by Shinku onto that, and so this will actually end up, they just allow Waffle to just move up onto them far too easily. That was too easy. That was too easy for Waffle then.
Now, we do have a comment in chat saying Frostburn is just better at Brawl, but worse in other comps, and unfortunately Junker is just not the best Brawl map. Which,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Zion, was it? Zion OW? I definitely agree with that. I think Laurel here probably agrees with that, yeah?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
mean
cut you off.
we've seen that's fine. We've seen them match up neck and neck in Brawl, and it does seem to always go in Frostburn's favor when they have a Brawl v Brawl. This just isn't the case right now. We do need to move someone to specs really quick, but I would like to hear
Ready for
more
battle.
about your opinion because this isn't a Brawl map. What could Frostburn do to kind of give themselves the advantage?
Yeah, definitely. We want to see that happen from you guys. We want to hear what your opinions are and stuff. Certainly, I wonder if Delta has discovered that. If Delta have gone and said, you know what, Frostbone is good at Brawl, so we should choose the map that is one of the least friendly for Brawl.
I mean, that's definitely the mind games you have to play in tournament. That's why it's a benefit of being the loser pick, of getting to pick the map. It kind of balances things out in the losing team's favor, because otherwise it'd just be the winning team stomping.
Yeah, and
They
then
get to
just
pick the
stomping
map that
on
they're best
one.
at.
You know what? And then they're just also stomping on one type of composition too. Like, so
For
it's not even a
sure.
test then of overall skill, but just the ability to play one comp. So I really do like the whole loser pick system. I think it's very good for the game, very good for the viewers.
Waffle able to get Rook out super early, which is going to help his snipers getting. But Crispy are taking down Kaiser. We've seen these two hit scans go neck and neck all match now. Crispy or Bird pulling back now, not really able to get much forward after that huge pick. Strawberry showed up and took down Hanzo. You know, Heroes was playing.
Yeah, very, very nice there by Strawberry. He does get these like crucial like picks, which I think is very good in that role that is traditionally that main support role. And I think it's good. I think it's good we're starting to get main supports involved in actually getting some critical hits and stuff and being the reason for a game change more than just like a speed boost or something being the one thing or res. Nice to be able to do that as a main support myself.
Now Strawberry has been on the flex support role most of the night playing Babs because he's like one of those picks that can be either way. We're kind of just talking over both teams doing some minor picks, nothing too impressive yet. Flux coming out though, catching Shinku. Trans being used to save Shinku though, and Dragon's trying to push back Frost 4.
Yeah, definitely like these Dragon, definitely they're creating that space with Dragon. I think it's like one of the best things you can really do. You don't necessarily have to get like the kill, you can just go for the space and it can really just flush people out into the line of fire of others.
Flux by
Big
Shinku.
Flux does get the opposing Sigma. That's very big. And it should like really frustrate the attack here by Frostburn.
Yeah, and Waffle just cleaned up, immediately shattering and just going to town afterwards. Cupid just going after Crispier. That is twice, 3 times in a row that a Zen has won over a Widow.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you don't see that all the time, but I mean that if you're not quick enough on the Widow, Zen can get a lovely, gorgeous 5-orb on you. And you're down
For
if
sure.
you've got the Discord on you. We do have Running Water trying to sort of like just advance a bit here, trying to get a bit of value out of this thing, but of course he doesn't have the greatest range in the world. His orbs will drop off after a certain amount of meters, so it's a bit unfortunate for him. He does get
Shinku was able, he was able to delete both of the snipers on Team Frostburn, which, it begs me to wonder, snipers are getting picked out by projectile heroes pretty much. Is it time to switch off of those once you lose your dragons? Crispier turning to Tracer, which I think is smart. They were just not getting the power they needed out of the Widow. They need a little bit more spam, they need a little bit more presence elsewhere besides long angles.
Yeah, I think Kaiser on the Widow here, he just, on the defense, I feel like Widow, like defense Widow has like a greater advantage. He's got like all that area that's like so protected and he can take so many different angles But now with this Tracer now peppering him, he's not able to do as much, and he does get taken down by Heroes. Heroes was just allowed free range there because Kaiser had to focus on this annoying little Tracer that Crispier Bird went for. So big, that's a really, really good swap there. That gave them, you know, the ability to proceed into second points.
Yeah, I think Kaiser or Crispier Bird maybe could have switched sooner, but at the very least they swapped and they were doing their job of distracting Kaiser. We do have sides coming out, which is going to make Frostburn, you know, hold back a little bit, hold corners a lot more tighter. So we don't want to give Kaiser or Xeno, you know, the grand, you know, aim hacks that sites does give you. A lot of ults on board right now on both teams. Shatter connecting with Rook, who has Discord. We probably will see him coming down far.
Nice immortality coming in to save Waffle. He is able to get a pick before he does take the hit himself. I think that was really quite nice there for them. Although Delta with Shinku does have a bit of an advantage on this high ground, so it doesn't quite get them as much as it would like, but Shinku really has no escape here. He's kind of stuck there, so this is the time that we really want to see Frostburn really push up on Shinku here. He's having to drop and drop under, but he is stuck. He is very stuck. He does have that hog onto him, but he uses his ultimate to escape. It doesn't quite work out, or does it? It does. He has escaped and has been able to rotate.
Which a lot of Ziggs at this rank do not realize that they can use their ult as a huge mobility. Now, of course, Flux, gravitational pull can be a huge thing. Dragon's coming out. Kaiser ultimately shutting down Heroes, though, before Dragon... Excuse me, that was Xeno's Dragon.
Xeno is doing really quite well. Both are doing very well on the sort of the dual nature of that ultimate.
Now... But yes, Xeno able to pretty much use his ult as mobility, and a lot of Singers can do that to get on high ground. Waffle taking out Rook. Here comes Hero's Dragon. Let's see if it has a little bit more impact than Xeno did.
Yeah, so definitely we're going to see like a hog here. He's got big, oh goodness, that was a big hook by Waffle there onto the Zen. But then he was taken out by Heroes. It was, yeah, but it's all worked out in the end. Whew, that was a little spicy there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the most exciting part of this match in general. Delta does win, bringing us to 2. Here is Shinku's master play. Let us see what particular moment. Yes, this is when
this was very nice.
When he got all of Frostburn in his sights.
Goodness, look at that. That's just disgusting. It's just like ultimate, and it really did like work out for them. Yeah, so very good there.
Shinku does get 50% kill participation card, and it just shows that he knows his way around a Sigma.
Yeah, I was very, very impressed with that use of mobility to get out of that like sort of tighter area. Very, very, very well done, Shinku. I guess now we're moving on to we're doing the loop now, aren't we? We're going back to control.
Yeah, so that is something unique about the playoffs of the grand finals. We don't have a tiebreaker map. We just continue the loop. And we are starting back at the top, like you said, of course, minus the first map that they picked. Athena, could you remind us what those 2 maps are and who gets to pick?
All right, so the remaining 2 maps, because we did have Lijiang taken for the first one, is now between Busan and Oasis. So this will be quite the change of pace from a map such as like Junkertown and Hollywood. You know, neither of these maps have a great deal of high ground, and they're not really sniper central either. So it'll be really good to see. I mean, yes, on Busan, on something like Downtown, you can run that double sniper. But this is we're kind of harkening back to like at the beginning here. You're going to see some more brawl. So on Busan, you got things like mecha base, and then drum, which you can play a whole range of things. We could see that sort of that hog seek thing come out certainly on Sanctuary. But I mean, then again, you have Oasis, and that's another thing. You've got May being very, very strong on University, for example.
Yeah, Busan is the ultimate map choice by Frostburn. And you said Sigma Hog is probably a potential thing. I can see that happening. We have seen Sig Hog come out in multiple maps tonight. It's definitely going to be on the board. I predicted. Let's get our predictions out for round 4.
Yes, let's get that
5?
going.
Excuse me, I can count. I promise you. I got an American education. We are on round 5. And teams are ours, so we will be joining soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Whew. This match, guys, I tell ya, it's full on.
Yeah, sorry for that quiet. I just had to get that last ready check by Delta, and then once we get that, we will be able to go in. Shinku just hitting the keyboard, slapping it. He's probably super frustrated with me. Delta is our... I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to everyone's patience on Prospect eSports Showdown's Week 7 Grand Semifinals.
Grand semifinals. Yes, they are quite grand, aren't they?
They're so semi-final that they're grand.
Yes. No, these playoffs are, we're really, really excited to have such quality, game here. I mean, I think sometimes in these, finals, you get a bit of a wash. I mean, we are looking at seed 1 and seed 4 here. It's not like 2 and 3. 2 and 3 you expect to be close, right? If it's seed 2 versus seed 3, but seed 1 versus seed 4, kind of nuts. We do have Rook on that Orisa, already down at 45 health with a really... Oh, wait. Jeez. Look at me. It's waiting for players. What the hell?
Yeah.
Man, I got all excited.
I know. I can tell that you were gearing up.
I was gearing up, man.
You can see Orisa breakdancing on point. I don't know.
I was very confused, okay? Can you just restart and start game?
I am restarting it. It does this every once in a while. It just randomly won't do it properly. Let's see if it goes back to drum. It doesn't. It goes to mecha base. We're just keeping things nice and spicy, debating everybody, not just our audience, not just our players, and it's still waiting on players.
And not just your other caster, thank you.
Well, I was gonna say that until I saw that the bug was map. The map was bugged. What the heck, man? Nashi. Okay, there it goes. I just apparently had to yell at it thoroughly for it to go back properly.
Nothing like abuse to get results.
Athena, you would know all about that, wouldn't you, girl?
Yeah. Just, So we're focusing on what's going on in front of us, Laurel. Not my personal problems, thank you.
Hey, if I had to go and battle Athena, I would want you next to me. So no hate from here. No hate at all. Now we do see, same old. I hate to say it, but hopefully this will go in Frostburn's favor. Busan mecha base is Brawl City, and we are seeing European Brawl on both sides.
Yes, we are seeing this. We do see it's identical. It is actually identical. Very strange.
Xeno was originally on a sim, but they switched back to that May.
Yeah, I guess, that's obviously an option that can be run. We do see an early wall coming in. It could have had the ability to really isolate Rook, but I don't know if they stuffed up their speed onto it or whatever, because they didn't get anything for it. Immortality comes out here by Lewis on Frostburn, and it does sort of save them. Immortality on both sides, and the first picks come from Rook onto Waffle, Crispia onto Cupid, Kaiser onto Rook. very big picks here. But I think Frostburn here, you know, they're running that brawl, which we know is their stronger sort of composition here, and they are showing, you know, why they've chosen this map.
Yeah, so we do have a little speculation by Gian that as our guest caster this week, he has great mindful plays. He's saying if they play Mecha Base second, Frostburn definitely wins. Well, we hope that they still win if Mecha Base is played first because the map debated as well. Window coming out, acting like a zoning tool in this moment because Delta is just saying, nuh-uh, no thank you.
I have a feeling, you know, that this is going to go like quite well, Mecha Base for Frostburn here. Big shadow though coming out from Rook, from Waffle onto Rook, and just sort of devastating him here. Alushi playing very aggressively on the side of Delta, and he does, yeah, it's just big picks coming in from the side of Delta onto Frostburn.
Now, Rook is just trying to get as much stall as possible, trying to get the map as high as he can. 50% to 1 is a great start for Frostburn.
It is a great start for Frostburn. But we'll just pay a quick attention to the Rhine charge here. Waffle started that fight with the Shadow and is already up to 55% on another Shadow. So if he can block this incoming Shadow from Rook here, from Waffle here, you know, he's going to get big swings on it. And he does get big swings onto Rook here, preventing any real gains from that Shadow from Rook. And Waffle's going to have another, you know, he's going to have another Shadow next fight. Don't know why Rook is, like, thinking about going in here. It's a bit of a waste, if you ask me.
Yeah, he turned around to rejoin with his team. They are going to be going high ground. It looks like Delta already is expecting it though, but they are behind too. They're down their McCree and Lucio, so they back up anyways to avoid this window, which is smart. You don't want to welcome that. They are going back, which is so smart. They may be able to welcome.
You have to LOS, and you've got to expect that speed as well. Very nice rotation there. That wall does isolate them from their speed though, and their source of area heals as well. Big pick by running water onto Waffle. Cupid's immortality is down by Lewis. Crispier Bird going for a very nice high noon there, creating space and taking out Kaiser. So Frostburn does take back this point.
Yeah, Delta's reaction was a little slow once they realized Frostburn was going the back way. They just did not reconvene quick enough. That wall didn't displace anybody by Xeno, which is sad because we've seen Xeno do great things. Shatter coming out, not connecting, but flashbang does.
Nice wall coming out by Heroes here. They've got to be aware of where Kaiser's high noon is, and they are able to live it. No, they are not able to, in the sense that Kaiser then gets two very nice left clicks, because that's all he needs. With this nerf to Baptiste's immortality, leaving you on just 10% of your health and not 20%, it makes, you know, all that single shot damage much stronger. And we do have this swap. Frostburn is on 90% though, so they've got another fight here, Frostburn do. They do have ults coming up. Heroes needs to get a really big May ult here if they are going to get anywhere with this though.
Does
May ult
that Blizzard catching everybody, Lamp trying to protect.
Blizzards on both sides. Hard to tell what's going to go on here. Xvino living. Big bomb from Shinko. Oh my goodness, that's insane. And that is Delta winning the best brawl map on Mecha Base, like on Busan. This is a blow for Frostburn, because now they have to play two non-specifically brawl maps.
Yeah, we're going to see hopefully no mental booming that happens when you get beat on your best comp. Sometimes that happens, but you know, some things just worked against Frostburn's favor there. Definitely the May walls and the May rotations just outperformed the other team, and ultimately that's what stops Brawl in Mecha Base, is stopping the teams through the chokes. And that one Blizzard definitely did Delta a huge favor. And let's not discount the DPS who cleaned up Frostburn again and again.
Oh, what about Shinko's Diva Bomb? Or maybe we have said that, but I just think it's I
yelled Coco Bomb, but that is That is a
Like,
complete valid point.
Round
Shinko
two.
definitely
Capture
gave
the
Delta the
objective.
win at the very
yeah.
last second. Otherwise, it
Let's
could
make
have
it an
been the
emote.
stagger fest.
Shinko bomb, okay? Shinku bomb,
Shinko
huh?
bomb. We've given every other impressive bomb teams things, so I'm not against it. We are seeing a dive with the Flyer and Crispier back on his Widow, with Delta being strong on the Brawl.
They're just pressuring out Shinku. They know Shinku they've perhaps underestimated earlier in the game. So I think they're going to try and focus and just try to like zone him out at whatever time they have. You know, playing that Echo against him, to say something like a Pharah, they're able to just laser him to death really and get him out of mech sooner.
Who just
course.
cleaning up the team.
Yeah, very nice cleaning there by Frostburn. They're like, no, you know what? We're not actually just a one-trick team. We can play double bubble with the best of them.
Now, I'm surprised to see heroes using their copy when the point is already owned by Delta. If anything, you're just hurting your team by staggering and using your ult.
Yeah, this is a bit of a waste here. I mean, seriously, I thought, you know, is Frostburn going to actually win this fight? But maybe not. It's always hard to tell with this this particular game. The teams are so close, and you just get so much clutch at this sort of elo too. You know, you can have
true.
yeah.
Now Lewis has been landing huge nades all team fight, getting D.Va D-Max, but Shinku taking revenge.
I don't understand. I don't understand this. Is someone calling winnable or something? Because Rook just went and invested his primal as well, and they still were owning the point. It was still Delta's point. It wasn't Frostburn. So I don't understand. What is Frostburn playing at here?
You know
all
what
they have now is
they're
they're swapping.
That's why
Okay.
Athena, yeah.
Oh, we should have
They
just
use
jumped off the
primal.
map and saved himself time instead of giving more ult charge.
That maybe they are
Call
going
it.
down the back way, May splitting them May while splitting them somewhat. Grab coming out, forcing Lamb.
Another Shinku bomb!
I think we need to rename it to Shinku Bomb officially.
Oh my
Busan
goodness
is
me,
Shinku's
Shinku,
map.
hello. hello.
I'm gonna slip my number in there just for Shinku Bomb gifts now. I need all the Shinku gifts. Now, Shinku has been an impressive off-tank all series long with their Sigma, with their D.Va. I have to say, Mecha is looking really good for your D.Va, while coming out very early as well. Not really displacing anybody. Both lamps out. Running water, cleaning up Waffle, and Kaiser taking out Immortality.
Wall coming in to isolate the rest of Frostburn there, doing a good job. Maybe like Shinku here, just focusing the crap out of those supports. Oh my goodness. They just got deleted. Shinku really performing so well there on both Mecha base and then on downtown. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. You know what I've noticed? I feel like as this sort of game goes on, we're actually like, you know, the DPS are sort of, they're kind of working out each other, right? You know, Crispier certainly is sort of working out like Kaiser, who had some early success, right? Xvino and Heroes, I think, you know, they've been pretty even. They're getting their blizzards up. They're, you know, I mean, certainly Xvino there had a lovely 8 kills with his blizzard. That's very good blizzard usage. But I think really it's coming down to a bit of a, oh, do I say it? A bit of a tank diff. You know, look, I'm not saying these are big words. I'm not saying it's necessarily main tank diff. I think, you know, bringing in Rook has been effective against Waffle. It has shut down Waffle at times. But I think, you know, at the beginning, Running Water was doing quite well. But Shinku, since he's been, you know, these past few maps, it's just, you know, he sort of, I think, worked out Running Water, you know, worked out what he likes to do, what mistakes he's making or something. And he's sort of playing around that, I think.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. It seems like some of our players was confused that this is still first to 3 and they were just spamming good match, great match at the end. This is a first to 4 in our semifinals, and so we will be going to either Hanamura and Temple next round.
Yep, so Hana or Temple. And this could be our last map. This could
It
be the
really could
last
be. It,
map of playoffs because, of course, the winner.
well, playoffs for Frostburn v Delta.
Yes. Of this playoff, of this specific playoff.
Yes.
This Frostburn versus Delta map here.
Now,
So
if I was Frostburn, I would not pick Hanamura. I would pick Temple.
mhm. Yeah, I think Brawl is going to be a bit stronger on that one. Although we did see, I think, back on Li Zhang, who won Li Zhang? I think it was Delta, wasn't it? It was Delta, right? No, or was it
I
Frostburn?
can't
See,
think back that
I
far.
can't
I'm so
remember.
sorry.
It's so far ago for me. But like we certainly saw some. We had Mew on before, right? Who was on that on Delta, right? Who had that really powerful Junkrat. So if they want to go and play like Temple of Anubis, right? I would like to see Mew come on for the Junkrat on defense.
Now
Oh my goodness!
we do have a lot of swaps coming in. Mew is coming in. MK or mouse and keyboard not needed, replacing Running Water, and Moira replacing Lewis. And we will be, unfortunately, going to Hanamura.
Yeah. Oh well, you can still play junk on that. I just
You
want
at
to see
least
more
got
Mew.
Mew.
I just want to see Mew tires, okay? Mew
Yeah.
tires and Shinko bombs. Come on, Delta. You can do it. I believe.
I strongly, strongly believe as well.
Alrighty. Well, what are we going to see here? We're going to see the Sim TP strat. I swear, is that getting old by now? Shouldn't like everyone just like know it now and like just like not let it work anymore?
It's like holding high ground in Rialto. We all know it shouldn't work, but people still do it and do it successfully.
Well, this is true. This is true, Laurel. And look, and it's no different in Overwatch League. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but some of the games, like, have you seen some of the comps? It's kind of crazy, kind of nuts. And these things that you think just should not work, they are.
Yeah, there was a quick period of time where Dorado was also changing. The first point you would hold in that little tiny room and you would all go like May, Reaper. You'd be quick characters who could get away, but you would stall as long as you could on that cart. Because high ground Dorado is just the bread and butter of what everyone is expecting. And I'm with you. I said this at the beginning. I want Icaruses, I want Blaze and Glories because I just want to have a good time casting it. It's just a selfish reasoning.
Hey, well, I mean, we all come here and we all want to come and have a good time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Laurel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to play in these matches. I need to live vicariously through crazy ass strategies.
And don't forget, after these these next map or maps, though, I'm casting my vote. I'm casting my vote.
Did you?
I'm saying,
Well, you
I
were
think
right
this
the
might be our last one. So yeah, I could be right again. You know, if I am, well, let's see. Let's see how I go for these playoffs. But I mean, I expect an emoji if I'm right about all this stuff. Okay, Laurel.
I mean, as the person who makes the emojis for the server, I have a pretty strong feeling that may happen too. We don't have them on Twitch yet, but we do have Teabag, we have Pokebomb, and we have Plat Chat and C9, all for the use of our users.
Yes, do make sure you are getting involved with the rest of the community. I love seeing just how much interaction we're getting in the chat. Keep talking, fellas. We love to see it. And ladies, of course. I say fellas, but it doesn't really mean. Hey, look, it doesn't mean it. Okay? It's Aussie. Fellas is like
oh yeah, it's just like
unisex.
dudes. It's dudes. Dudes is a gender neutral term to me. I love all the
Not
love
here.
and I love all the concern that everyone has for me. I did prefer Temple, but I'm not going to hold it against you that you guys chose Hanamura. And I'm doing good. I'm doing
Ready
great.
for
I'm
battle.
excited to see a Bastion, Xeno. You better not jailbait me. You better not. I'm coming for you, Xeno, if you do.
He's baiting you. He's baiting you. I'm telling you, he's
know.
baiting you. I don't see this happening on defense. I really do not see
I
the
will
Bastion
cry.
Farah.
I will cry like a newborn
Oh,
babe.
oh, he
It's
saw it.
happening!
He saw
It's
it.
happening, Athena! They gave me what we wanted!
They gave you what you wanted. I think this just looks tragic.
I wanted Blazing Glory. Now, we do see Chris Beer on the sim, and we have double main tanks coming out. My dog is also so excited to see this happening.
5, 4,
We're going to see if Mew and Xeno is able to break through the barriers that Rook and mouse and keyboard are going to be able to have.
This is certainly a very interesting sort of setup. Look, it can work. Certainly there is no hit scan. There's not a great deal of damage. Oh, they stop up the teleporter and it falls short. Just giving a whole lot of, you know, advantage.
Now,
to Delta.
Mew did.
Come
yeah, Mew,
on, Crispier Bird. What's going on?
Mew did the majority of that work, and Xeno did a little bit of the cleanup there. But I gotta give to my man Mew. Why did we keep him on the bench for so long? Is projectile blowy up characters his only specialty?
Yes, he either plays air Farah or ground Farah. I mean, that's true. Playing like either the rodent of the air or the rodent of the ground.
Huge shout by Shinku!
Big shadow by Shinku there. Yeah, this is just, oh my goodness, they're toying with them. See how Shinku just is body blocking there? That's a bit gross, it's a bit disgusting. Mew just... Wait,
Now you
has Xeno altered yet, or is he just like memeing around on Bastion?
I
Did I
think
miss
he's
an ult?
moving around a little bit. Mew has been doing the bulk of the damaging. I hear lots of Bastion emotes coming out as well. You know, Delta wants to have a little fun in this. I don't think they want to give it up yet. They're gonna claw for more casting time and more fun, I think. I'm just calling that.
Goodness, look at this rate. I think like Delta's just gonna roll them. Oh my goodness, look at him. The supports have nowhere to go. They're just locked down. The amount of space control for Mew here. Although Cupid foolishly going outside and not being able to come back with Mew, they are now 5v6. This is the time where Frostburn really needs to be able to push in and get some work done. Big Shadow though, I think. Can't really tell what's going on. Oh, things are going crazy. Mew comes in with his ultimate here, but he has to be a little safer about it. He doesn't have that Mercy Pocket back yet. And it looks like Frostburn here is going to be able to take this first point. Cupid there really like just gave Frostburn the ability to just, you know, go in there hard and fast and just get that benefit. Mew couldn't go for a safe barrage, like a real proper effective one, and it cost them. Cupid cost them, I'm sorry.
Like Cupid may have overslung that projection. That does happen occasionally with Tails. Even not on Farah's. Mew switching to the Hanzo. We're hoping to see some big juicy high noons from you. We're back to May and McCree for the two duos. We have a Dragons coming out, zoning them off the high ground and getting rid of Lamp, which is going to do great for capping this point.
Here we go. We do have some fun stuff coming in by not needed, which is certainly well welcomed here. Definitely, like on this second point, can they get this snowball? Can they get these kills? Big kill on Xeno. Big. I like it. Although we are 2 down on the score for Frostburn. Heroes is down now. Oh my goodness, so much stuff going on. Rook does have his bomb, but he chooses not to use it because that fight is lost. They stuffed up and they're catching out Moira here on the stacker. I think, no, they're not pushing hard enough. Okay, I think that's an error. You could have gone a little bit more and just asserted, you know, that onto them. You don't want these guys to keep the momentum up. You don't want them to keep the morale up. You want to, like, destroy them, right? You just want to have this nice, quick, easy, right? 4-2. That's what you want, Delta, but no, you don't want that.
Delta just wants to have fun near the sun, the sunshine. Windows coming out on both sides. The wall being smart, not allowing them to back up and really get around.
Big,
Delta pushing forward.
massive separating dragon there. Although didn't get the value that I was expecting. I must say I was expecting it to get some kills. Mew and Waffle getting picked onto Not Needed and Moira on the Baptiste there. So they should hold this here, Mew. Definitely getting focused down a little bit, but Xeno coming out and just sort of protecting. With that 225, he can actually act like, I'm not saying he's like a tank or anything, but he definitely has a little bit more survivability than he used to. It's amazing what 25, yeah.
We do have a lot of chatters now predicting, doing calls, almost being like baby casters in chat. I love all the feedback. They said, why did it take so long to move past the choke when they had a Lucio?
Yes, I think they were just a little bit intimidated, Laurel, I think. That was their biggest problem. Now, Not Needed has a shatter here. Don't know what he's going to really be able to do. From where he is, they're not really trying to own the high ground. Really nice wall there coming out by Heroes, and Rock is saying, Shinko, I raise you a game-saving Diva Bomb. Game-winning, game-turning, you know, momentum-charging Diva Bomb. However, is his team going to follow up on it? Crispier Bird has fallen down to the low ground. He can't do much from there. Heroes trying to just freeze Shinku down, trying to take him down. Definitely freezing tank after tank. Oh my goodness, I would hate to be a tank in this meta with this May shit going on. It's not fun. Xvino getting a big pick on the Moira. Heroes though onto Mew. Very big pick, 2 and 2. We do have the advantage though. The spawn advantage is really coming down in for Frostburn. And it's going to work out for them. I mean, for Delta.
Shinku was able to survive for so long, which, you know, Shinku pretty much has a bomb almost at this point. And I think that definitely did help to give the momentum back to Delta.
Rook though is 85 to his bomb again. He just did one that gave them a tick. Is he going to do another one that's going to give them the final 2? Do they have the time?
There's 10 seconds.
They can
Somebody needs to touch though.
Somebody needs to touch. Somebody needs to touch. Is anyone going to touch? We'll have to see. Yes,
now.
there is a touch with a beautiful May ult on point. Gets him a second tick. It's very nice. Rook here has his ult. He should use it coming in here now. Big potential bomb by Shinku. Doesn't really get anything. Neither does Rooks. Not Needed here. Getting Waffle, but then Shinku getting Not Needed. It's very much all over the place. Heroes here, just trying to freeze down Shinku, trying to kill him, trying to get him down. We have, no, we're not going to have it. We've got a new ult coming in.
And they completely cleared the point in Delta's favor. Now, I want to say the dual bombs coming out the last second was just a treat to hear because it's like, nerf this.
Yeah, I know, right? But that second point, we know it's difficult. We know sometimes teams can't get through that top right hand, and sometimes they can't come down if the spam is great enough. I need to, you know, what we really need to see here is for Crispier Bird and Heroes to give Mew some of his own medicine. You know, give him some of that spammy shit going on, right? Because on that second point, you have a Junkrat. You know, it makes it very hard for the team to push in. But maybe they hold it on first. I don't think so, but maybe. But I think on that second point, that's what they really have to play for. They don't want to stagger onto second thing and give these guys momentum to take first. You know, like if they take first, they don't want to give them the momentum to, you know, snowball onto second. So they have to know when to pick their fights here.
Completely accurate. Now we do see Heroes on, Pharah with kill, probably going to be their pocket. Xeno and Mew going back to their comfort picks. We see Delta go again and again back to this Brawl. Did we call it that Frostburn was more comfortable on Brawl than any other composition? Because Delta just keeps reverting back to European Brawl.
Yeah, yeah, I think, you know, I don't think the Brawl here is bad. I think the Brawl is good, particularly on the attack here. I mean, you have that Lucio, you know, you've got that speed, right? Interesting to see you know, Frostburn here playing this Pharah thing, I mean, it certainly worked quite well for Mute. They were able to really shut down a lot of the advance. Like, because of course when you're spared, if you get like a boob in the middle of the pack, you can really split a team up because of the extra momentum they're already getting from their own Lucio speed.
Yeah, and we do see Delta doing a high rotation to high ground all the way upstairs. Shinku trying to drive and create a pinch with their main tank as well.
I do really like this. I think it's a really nice thing. There isn't that Mei wall to punish Waffle. So I think, you know, I think it really would have been better if you're wanting to run the free thing there. I think you really wanted to run a Mei because you've just given Delta this point for free. You know, so now you're looking at what, a 5.5 minute defense.
Yeah, which is going to be brutal. Now, second point does go in the defense's favor, being it closer to their spawn borders. However, we do see some switches coming out. Heroes back to Mei, and Moira, the only one on the team having their ult, and anywhere close to having their mop. Shinku, she was just a baby.
Yeah, Shinku thought he was going to get the instant respawn too, but that has not happened. He's having to take a little bit longer to be with his team. Oh no, wait, we're on attack. Never mind. He just didn't want to be a baby anymore. Don't mind me.
He just didn't want to be a baby.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't say that I blame him. I can't say that I blame him. He does have his main ult. He sends it in straight away. Does take out the immortality. Good immortality clutch there by Waffle, by Moira, sorry, and then Moira killing Waffles. Very nice. Does shut down that potential for a snowball effect. Actually, maybe making, you know, Shinku go to baby form on that first point probably has saved them from this snowball potential.
And now we see Rook resetting to get back into Memphis quickly, which is going to hurt them because Delta is already at the high ground. They seem to be taking longer, not realizing that Rook wasn't there. They went down bridge. High Noon coming out with the Mei while able to
massive High Noon by Xvino. Oh my goodness, this will be a game win. Thank you very much. Frostburn, you are not invited to this fight any longer. Delta has taken you down. 4-2, Delta v Frostburn in the very first playoff match of Season 3 Prospect eSports Showdown. Well done.
Yeah, we almost expected them to be a little memey with the Bastion Pharah pick, but we were proven wrong. I love it even more now. This beautiful, beautiful bomb, which unfortunately we don't really get to watch in that kill cam, but Rook definitely turned it around for Frostburn's favor in that moment.
Yeah, that was such a lovely thing, but you know what, Rook, as good as that was, did it win you the fight? No. Shinko bombs all the way.
We clearly have a favorite by this caster, which we're supposed to be unbiased, neutral
Who said
parties.
we're supposed to be unbiased? Goodness me.
Now we have
the NFL? Is this the AFL? No. No.
This is Lorafel. We do have the unfortunate responsibility to pick MSP, MVP of Delta, and the MVP of Frostburn. We are going to give 3 names to Nikki, our producer for tonight, to have our wonderful audience pick it out. You know, I am thinking Strawberry, Kaiser, and Shinku all the way. Do you agree, Athena?
Yeah, Strawberry. Ooh, Strawberry, Kaiser, and Shinku. Well, definitely Shinku. I mean, yeah. Look, I honestly don't think this is a question, okay? Look, Kaiser, you did well in the first half. Strawberry, look, okay, I'll give it to Strawberry. Some of the best support I've seen when I've been, like, you know, in terms of compared to the rest of your team, you often sometimes see the supports kind of let the team down a bit, or not let the team down a bit, but they don't do much. Strawberry, you had some really big effects on your team, but I do think Shinku, by far, just in terms of the amount of, like, how much did you contribute to the win of your team? I mean, I just feel like Shinku gets it there.
Now, unfortunately, we did put that poll out before the stream was caught up for the public, so they kind of got a little spoiler. But you know what? It's completely okay. 92% win by Shinku. It is officially Athena FL. Now, Athena, if you could just rain down a little bit more praise for Shinku while I go grab them
Yeah.
for their interview.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think if we can get the replay code of that one, maybe we can just go back and watch some of those things for Shinku there. We'll just take a 30-second break while we get Shinku back on, and I will try to source that code for you, and we can relive the glory.
Definitely. And it unfortunately looks like everybody has left their voice comms. So let me go ping them in chat and definitely get that break going.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Alrighty. Well, welcome back to the end end game show at the end of the game. We'll go with that.
After-game
The
interviews.
after game interviews. Thank you.
There we go, Athena. There we go, girl.
Oh, we got it. We got it good here. All right. So we've got Shinku who's come in as the winner of our MVP for this map. How did you enjoy that, Shinku?
That match was pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a close match at times. Did it get a little bit tense in your comms?
To be honest, half of us were yelling at each other. Like we were just going.
Oh no!
Because whenever whenever we were losing, we just kind of yell, and then we just like, all right, let's focus. And
So you're like
it's over
yelling
now.
at each other. You're getting a little bit sort of like, I mean, that seems pretty tense. But I guess when you got that pressure on, you guys want to go to the grand final. You guys want to like prove yourselves, yeah?
Yeah, we want to win. It'd be nice to win.
Yeah. Nobody wants to lose. But you know,
Well,
I mean,
you
You're gonna be like, you want to win.
You definitely don't want to lose to 4th seed.
Yeah, no, they were not very good,
I
to be
mean,
honest.
from our perspective, it looked like a very head-to-head match until, the very last
Yeah,
one.
Baga was kind of throwing the first 3 maps.
Oh,
That kid was feeding on cooldown. That shit was, oh, how's a yikes? But he pulled it back. All right.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we're just gonna put some of the play that you had of this map going on. Like we're seeing here, you're going to go for like a big sort of bomb in Busan. So what are your tips or tricks on how do you know when you're going to get a good sort of bomb off?
Uh, if you use bomb for, like selfishly, like you always have to use like in rush. You always have to use bomb defensively. You can't engage with bomb because then you lose. Because
Yeah,
like as
so
soon as they
why is that?
because as soon okay, if mirroring Ryan's and then just May McCree, as soon as you bomb, you don't have DM. So that means your Ryan instantly dies to Flash and Maywall. They just run into him. So if he does get walled and you have bomb and you have space, you can bomb for space and he lives. But if you
Yeah,
bomb just like to engage, you just insta lose. It's like literally unwinnable.
and that's
yeah.
why, Shinku, you've been so skilled on you were skilled on Diva, but you were also skilled, or Sigma, you were also skilled on Diva, but I can think of a few times on J-Town where you were being an aggressive diva, not just because you wanted to win, not just because you wanted the shiny bombs, but because you were engaging your team and you were chasing those snipers off of high ground every second you could.
Yeah, it kind of sucks with Devo because half the time, like when you're playing, most of the players don't like know what you're doing because DM is kind of like a hard thing to spectate because you're never gonna
Mhm.
see what the DM is eating or like who you saved with it. So it's kind of like a
Yeah.
selfish look.
So you're kind of like, you kind of feel like sometimes some people get like all this praise. It's like, dude, I saved your ass like 10 times, sort of thing. And you couldn't even tell because I DM'd it all, sort of thing.
You could
Yeah,
be you
like
could be like
you're never gonna see that.
you could be like my diva and just always yell it every time he eats anything. He's like, I saved Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah, Big H is
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we're just like very, very pumped to see you guys in action. You'll be versing, who will you be versing out of? I think it's, I've got the little listy up here somewhere. This was intermediate bracket. So somewhere between Hyperion and Lounge Legends. Who do you think you guys will go up against? Do you remember versing either of those teams?
I don't remember them to be honest.
Just they're just so below you, you don't remember them. I like it. I like it a lot.
I was
if
just
if it
it
was
was yeah.
Oh no,
That was
go
just a
ahead,
long
Chiku.
time that we played.
Mhm.
No,
Mhm.
I'm just really trying to remember when we played them.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah, well, I
like
mean, you
genuinely
could
can't
have.
remember.
Yeah, I mean, you could have played them in like first week for all we know. But yeah, look, I really, really hope you guys do really well. Hope that I'll be there to see your grand final.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that'll be, I think, exciting to see. Um, Certainly, I'm sure Laura will be very keen to have a go at casting you guys, seeing as I know Cupid has so much love for her. Um,
Yeah,
Well,
he's down bad.
unfortunately, Cupid won't be able to join us, and Xeno will be joining him instead, or joining us
uh,
instead.
so we get
Yeah,
to
Cupid
bad
can't join
mouth
us.
Cupid, do we?
I guess so. But Shinku,
Oh,
amazing plays. It's been so fun to watch you tonight, and I look forward to seeing it in the grand finals next week.
All right, thank you.
have
Of
a good one,
course.
man.
All right, see you guys.
Right. And now we also have Rook who has come in to come and say hello as the MVP for Frostburn.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Well, congratulations on the MVP nomination, but I guess it's condolences for the actual result of the official match.
Kind of is what it is. We came in
Yes,
expecting a tough fight, so I'm glad we got one at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is actually really good. You ended up taking 2 mats from the number 1 seed, and of course, you came in as number 4. So, like, I don't think you guys can be, like, too, I guess, unhappy with the result because I think overall, you have, you've come in as 4th, and you've actually taken the contest to them. Now a comment was made, that you guys seem to be quite comfortable on Brawl. Is that an accurate statement?
Certainly. I mean, I think you have to think most teams around this SR, that's what a lot of people are going to be playing in this case.
Mm.
It also is definitely more of a comfortability because, as has been quoted several times, we have a team the size of an army.
Yeah.
And two of the things recently have been we've had to bring in a couple of new tank players because I can't play all the
Mm.
time. I'm
Yeah.
more or less I'm just the manager, but I
Yeah.
can
Yeah, I
play
was
the
gonna
mid here as
say,
well.
like, Rook, aren't just the MVP of Frostburn, you are the manager, you are the team
Yep.
rep, and, you know, we can give a lot of credit to you for picking all of these amazing players.
Yeah. It
That's
was definitely, like, really good to see. I think a lot of them have a lot of potential.
Yeah. And kind of to back up that note of, fourth seed versus first seed, yeah, we don't expect a lot of head-to-head tight matches, and tonight was head-to-head the entire time. We were constantly getting our predictions wrong. Frostburn just showed up and stomped out the best that they could, really.
Yeah, I think, so how long has Frostburn sort of been a team? Because I know your roster is quite large.
roster's definitely large, and that's where I want to give a credit to a lot of these people. We were probably a team, scrimming around 3K, pretty average, but we were kind of struggling. And so I said to everybody that was still on the team, you still want to be on? We're going to go through like pretty big tryouts. So the
Yep.
people that you see playing fought through a horde of about 30 people to
Oh
still
my
maintain their
goodness.
spot with Crispy and Heroes, two of our main DPS players. They
Mhm.
were on the original roster. So
Yeah.
they kept their fighting spirit going and have pushed through onto this new team. And the reason it's so big is because, each individual person brings a certain something to it.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
certainly
also
true,
just
isn't it?
a talk about it. I do want to mention something. You are mentioning like the first through fourth seeds and stuff. I want to point out that I don't think a lot of the scores are going to tell you the truth about this stuff. Obviously,
Mhm.
Delta being the most dominant team is unarguable, but we fought Delta pretty hard in our first game. Was another 3-1, was a 3-1 loss, but that's definitely was the case.
Yeah.
Both we lost to Hyperion and Slipstream, both in 3-2 games. We probably shouldn't have. Oh, Slipstream? That's Slipstream.
Yep.
Lounge Legends. Thinking of lower division. Uh, Lounge Legends, we forfeited the first two maps and only lost the last one. So I mean,
Oh, yeah. Well,
that was just
obviously,
an
you've been
unlucky
going
occurrence.
through the sort of all the roster changes and
Mhm.
tryouts and stuff. That sort of thing happens. So, I mean, next season, season 4, you're gonna come in back and you're gonna, like, you're gonna have more to show for. You're gonna be more developed. You're gonna be sort of more rounded out and, as a team, more experienced, and you're gonna take it further this time
And
next season.
and even potentially moving up into the upper division if you guys really wrap your head around, such a solid core roster that you have going for you.
Certainly. These guys have only been together for probably a few months, and to make the progress that we've had, it's pretty astonishing, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
it's anything out of the ordinary for our players here at Permafrost. I
Yeah.
run 4
yeah.
teams, and all of those players, it's just an atmosphere of improvement. I expect you'll
Yeah.
see a lot of the same. Let's just put it that way.
Well,
Well, I'm
now we
glad
are.
to hear it because they are doing, like, so well, and, yeah, good shout out to Crispy Bird. I definitely he made some very keen, swaps when he needed to, and that got you, like, a lot further, say, on, like, Junkertown, for example.
Crispy is a
Now I
warlord, and I don't know why I was MVP compared to him.
Now, I don't want to just take all of the focus off to you, Rook. You stood your ground against
Mhm.
Ryan v. Ryans. When you played Diva, you got that massive bomb. So, like, don't be humble, bro. You know, you definitely are a rock star in your own way.
Absolutely. You know, like MVP, it's not just who is the flashiest player. It's also about, like, who's the most versatile, who's the most adaptable, and certainly you did show yourself on that. You came in, I guess, cold when everybody had already warmed up as well, because you came in later on into the game. So definitely, and I think we all just enjoyed seeing, how you were trying to outthink Waffle, because you certainly started to shut him down a bit. And then they had to rely more, say, on Shinku to come and save the day.
Watch manager. Couldn't carry.
Force measure.
Too bad.
Well, on that note, I really appreciate you joining us, Rook. I'm gonna pop down to see if our MSP stands in, because I guess Cupid just was a little too scared to join us. I have to
Oh,
go
he got all
rep Zeno.
nervous in front of you, lol.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess. Oh no. Oh, but
Ooh.
thank you so much for joining us, Rook. I will pop out while Athena says a proper goodbye.
Yeah, so definitely thank you so much, man, for coming in. I hope we do see you next season and perhaps in the off season, depending on whatever the community votes for. Don't forget, in the off season, people, we do have some funky options. Last one was a goats tournament. Who knows what it'll be this time? So thank you once more, Rook, for coming and having a chat to us.
Thank you all for having me. Catch you on the third place match.
Yes, catch you then.
Peace.
Alrighty. Exvino, you've come
Hello.
in to represent Cupid.
Mhm.
Muse. Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Zena
also
says
here.
I go everywhere with my duo, and you know what? If they're most shittiest players, I gotta bring them both.
Aha.
Yeah.
So who is you and Muse in the grand scheme of things here?
So you're
Uh,
the support player.
Yeah, I kind of
Okay.
slept for half the game, so I couldn't play.
Oh,
Mm.
so we actually saying that the most shittiest player, in fact, is actually you and Muse.
I
Because you didn't
don't
rock
want to
up.
get things twisted. I mean, like, there's a lot shittier players, right?
I mean, he didn't rock up, fellas.
mean,
I
to
mean, he
be-
let the team down.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they
Sometimes-
didn't need you.
Sometimes you don't gotta show up to be the best on the team.
yeah. He if he won in, like we probably would have lost. So make him MVP because if he didn't leave or like sleep, he would have probably
Oh,
lost.
so
Oh,
you're
okay.
saying it's actually an honorific to be
Yeah,
the most
he's
shittiest
pretty
player.
bad. I mean, he's like he's like really bad.
Mm.
Well,
Toxic.
like
Well, it couldn't have been too bad because Delta did take the win away today. You are moving into the grand finals next week.
let's go.
yes, I will make my debut in finals.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless he
Debut?
goes sleep.
Yep,
I'm kind of
definitely first
concerned
time
about it
played.
now.
If I don't fall asleep again,
Are
Oh,
you like
boy.
the team Snorlax?
no, I never do this. Ever.
No,
Oh,
he's done it
I have
before.
like
He's
I have
done
a
it
really
before.
good attendance.
Oh, here, yes. I am detecting a hint of sarcasm in your, or perhaps a bit of
yeah,
dishonesty in
Nah,
your
no.
It's only like one
tone.
time.
I guess
like
we
one
need to
time
see like
before.
S in the chat or F for doubt in the
Yeah.
chat.
I
Yikes.
don't know. I show up pretty decently. Right? You
Yeah.
know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you know, there's speculation that Cupid just got starstruck. Do we know why Cupid couldn't join us? Because he was actually the voted choice for
For
MSP.
MSP.
So his mom yelled at him. Like, he was going in the room and he couldn't play. So like she had to get the belt out. So
Yikes.
yeah.
I'm sure.
I do not miss the days where a parent could do that to me.
He's currently getting hit right now. Like it really hurts. Like he's in the voice chat. He didn't mute, so it's like
Holy
really hurts.
crap,
Like,
are
you hear
you
him screaming.
serious? Is there like,
Uh,
oh,
yeah, he's
well,
getting hurt.
Well, you know what? You guys have another chance to get an interview. Cupid, this goes out to you, buddy. You better make MSP or MVP next week, or we just
Yeah.
won't be able to talk, buddy.
We'll see.
we'll see.
I may have to take a spot on that. How it is.
Ooh, Cupid's being dropped.
I mean, he is the main support.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the
Yeah,
flex support.
they probably play together, but Strawberry, like he was late, so he doesn't deserve to play.
Oh, okay.
And we would have
Oh,
lost too with
you
him.
guys
He's
sound like you
bad.
have a
Might
little bit
lose.
of a interesting team dynamic.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
All my players are bad.
Someone
All of our
who-
players are bad.
As someone who plays on a plat team, that's the only way you can survive, because otherwise it's just a hateful world out there for us plats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, also-
plat team, sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Cheer,
shout
yeah,
out
plat team,
to
yes.
shout out to Bob
Call.
Joy C14. It's his birthday today. Everyone say happy
Oof.
birthday in the chat.
Mhm, mhm.
You know, he's
Happy
turning 15.
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Shout
How
out
old is
to
he turning?
you.
He's turning 15. He's pretty cool.
15. Wow.
Yeah,
Happy
man.
birthday.
That means you can go get a part-time job now, right? Go work
I mean,
for that money.
if you believe in child labor, Athena, gee. I
Athena.
think
Oh
15
my god.
is
15?
too young.
Is it?
Too young. Too
Is
young.
it?
No, it's. I mean,
I had
technically
to
it's
work
legal.
when I was 14 and 9 months. I waited for that 9 months. I wasn't looking forward to my 15th birthday. I was looking forward to
Well-
somewhere I could get my own money. Yikes.
Athena, we've already established how like razor hard skin you have, so you were able to withstand child labor.
Okay, see, look, I'm from Australia,
Mm.
Junkertown. You just gotta fight to survive, man. You gotta
Yeah.
work hard, put your bums down, your guns
Did you
out.
just say put your bums out?
Hey, oi, what is it? Yikes, not that sort of work. Definitely not the age of 15.
We don't want to promote anything with bums being out with children.
I don't
That's
know.
not our content. That is not what we condone here. Zeno, you amuse. Thank you so much for joining us as a stand-in for Cupid. Happy
You're welcome.
birthday again. Let's get a flood of happy birthdays in chat. And I think it's just time to wrap up unless you guys have something you'd like to share.
Which one
Shaker's
of you is
bad,
higher?
waffle sucks, and strawberry sucks too. That's all.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
which one of you is higher on
Especially,
Baka's tier list?
especially strawberry. She sucks.
Well, clearly I am S tier, as you all know. Yes, I'm
You know,
definitely
no,
S tier.
No, Brian's the only S tier. This has been established, but technically at the last running, which is pure slander, I am B tier and Athena is still A tier.
Well,
But
you
I
don't
call
like
slander.
me, girl.
You gonna
don't
let that
like me,
happen,
bro.
Laurel?
No, that's why I've been fighting it tooth and nail. I will just server mute Athena because I'm a coordinator. I can do that.
Sure. You gotta get Baka's approval. Get that A tier. I don't know if you
Okay.
can be Brian's level though. He's pretty high.
Brian
Brian's in his
is
own
legendary.
tier.
He's in his own tier. I call it the SS tier because kind of comes down hard on you sometimes.
I
Bit
mean,
mean,
isn't
kind of
the
like the SS,
SS
but
Wait, isn't that kind of
Secret Service. He'll just
okay? That's not what I was
suddenly
thinking
appear in
SS
your
stood for.
DMs.
That like Brian does give off that mobster kind of vibe.
Mhm.
That's
He's
why I'm
just
supposed. Every time we
know.
need help, call up Brian. He appears.
Now,
You say his name 3
Don't,
times.
you're gonna make
here it
me
comes.
scared, fellas.
like if you say his name 3 times, Athena and I both crap our pants because you know what happens immediately after someone DMs Brian? Brian screenshots it and shares it to me saying, "Why are you fucking up?"
Oh jeez, it is scary. That's why we have him
Yeah.
on S tier. We can't upset him.
No, you keep Brian happy. You just have a happy life.
Mhm.
It is
Happy
true.
Brian, happy life. Don't
we will
worry about
definitely
your wife. Just Brian.
We will be seeing Delta in the grand finals next
Yes.
week. Now, do you think you'll be joining us for the GOATS off season?
I honestly have no idea. Like,
You goats, disgusting.
yeah, true.
Oh,
That is
don't make me
bad.
vomit on both of you. Wait, no, I
What,
will
do I have
not
to
vomit
play
because I want
Brig?
my A tier.
True. Better speak wisely.
Well,
Yeah,
if not
alright.
GOATS, we will be back for season 4. But thank you again so much, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay, see ya. You're bad in this.
You definitely need that
Lol.
nap.
Cool. Yeah, see ya.
Take care, guys.
Alrighty, now guys, if you wish to stick along, stay around and hang around with me, we'll be rating my own Twitch. Yes, I am abusing my powers of casting authority here, but I do have my own Twitch channel. So if you guys want to hang around and have a good chat, just come say hi, all right? And I'll see you guys there.
Wow, while Athena plugs herself so shamelessly, I would also like to plug a few things from our cast and community. Nikki has a tournament coming up. I don't know if he's prepared any of that information yet. Athena left before I could say I was joking. Oh, I have been told by my super secret producer to shut my goddamn mouth. I can, however, talk about my Summer Cup. Many of you may know me from my Winter Cup that I ran back in early January. That's how I got to meet this beautiful, wonderful trash can dumpster. Baka, you shut your mouth about B tier community. And I'm excited to announce that we will be doing our Summer Cup starting May 31st. Details are going to be out on our Twitter. And, all I got to say is long live S tier, Brian. we are going to be calling it for the night. I almost paused because I'm used to the main casters signing off. We will see you later this week for the continuation of the semifinals. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I will be making that announcement later of when to expect the teams. We have lower, we have upper, and we have lower again, I think. Nikki saved me by taking me off of live mic, and just from the biggest part of my heart to yours, we'll see you later this week.